I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X, blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry, because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, a DCOM podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Westaway.
And I am the Djinn. That's right, Luke, I'm here to offer you a wish.
A wish?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, but the wish may come at a terrible price.
Yeah, I only listened to the first bit about my cool wish. Okay. Oh, I would love there to be a movie about my life. Could you do that?
We could make that happen, Luke. We could make that happen easily.
Yeah, sort it out. Let's do it. Absolutely, yeah.
Very well.
Great.
Your wish is my command, Luke, and now the movie's going into production. But did I mention?
What?
The movie will focus entirely on 6 games of golf that you've had in your life. What? And it will show them all in punishing long detail, and everyone will need to know loads about golf to enjoy it.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a really boring film in that case.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? The twist of the tail, the scorpion sting.
I'm a bit annoyed that the film of my life is going to be really boring, but at least I can count on it having a cool, kick-ass name that I can be proud of, right?
Yes, that's right, Luke.
Yes, good.
It's going to be called Glory Hole. You know, like a hole in golf that you put the ball into. The glorious hole.
Now, are you at all concerned, Jin, that won't hit the same for everyone?
No, I think everyone will get exactly what it means. I don't think the meaning words change over time.
Okay. All right, well, look forward to...
Whoa, what's all this smoke? What's all this smoke? There's some kind of gin vanished? Hello, I'm the other host, Andy Farron.
There was a gin here. Yeah, that's right.
You didn't make any wishes, did you? Because they've always got they always backfire. They've got a kind of wishmaster sting in the tail.
Yeah. It was a movie about my life was what I wished for, but it's going to be all about golf, which I don't even play, and it's going to be called Glory Hole, which is the worst name for a film ever.
Man.
Yeah, I'm not
what
into
an awful
it.
situation to find yourself in, which is actually appropriate for this week because this week's Disney Channel original movie is the biopic of 2 real-life women, and it's a series of very boring basketball games, and it's called Double Teamed.
Okay, wow, all right.
That tied in quite nicely.
I've got an idea. Up top, let's mention the Patreon, because it's entirely possible that putting out an episode of our podcast called Double Teamed will get us deranked, explicit tagged, and could essentially, sponsors will walk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
If in the middle of this one there's just silence, just the ad music but silence.
You think ZocDoc are going to hang around after we've put out an episode called Double Teamed? Think on. They're a family company.
I'm the CEO of Huel. I would love for my product to be associated with a podcast episode called Double Teamed. Yes, please.
It's a family show. Everyone's sitting around, the whole family is sitting around listening to this on a big old-timey radio.
Exactly, drinking their Huel.
Yeah.
Huel is a family company.
Yeah.
Maybe people who get double teamed like listening, like Huel. We don't know.
So, okay. Yes. So, yes. Patreon.com/extra helpings if you would like to help this podcast survive.
We are hemorrhaging sponsors on this one, folks. Hemorrhaging.
Okay. Double teamed. I think it's a basketball term, and it was before it became the other thing.
I guess, if you say so. I mean, I know that's true from Googling it, as I did when I was researching this. Yeah, in an incognito window. And then
when I search for these things, I search for I search for title movie. So I'll be like, The Luck of the Irish Movie or Motocross Movie.
Not this time.
Not this time, friends. This time.
No. I fired up an incognito window, I searched Double Teamed, and on the 4th or 5th page, I found what I was looking for. The basketball term. That I think basically means when, 2 people defend you, right? You're playing basketball
you get two players get on you and they double team you.
They get on you and and when two players get on you and won't let you
when 2 players get on you and are very much in love, then
that's what we call it.
Okay, so this is a biopic.
Yes. Yes.
It's based on two real-life female athletes, pioneers of...
Heather and Heidi Burge, who both went on to play for the WNBA. So, cool, inspiring figures. Likeably played in this film by people who I don't think they're not twins, are they? I don't think
No.
They're not really twins. But they do look so alike that they may as well have cast some twins. And you get all the disadvantages of having real twins in that you can't tell from scene to scene what's happening exactly.
This is a 90-minute movie, and it took me until about minute 85 to be able to tell which one was in each scene. So
Yeah. Just put a hat on one or something.
yeah, or give one like a cool facial scar or I don't know, a weird haircut.
They have distinct personalities, as you would expect from them being two separate people, but they're not distinct enough that you can tell what's happening. Like, they needed to have seriously different wardrobes or something. But then, of course, they spend almost the entire film wearing identical matching sports
wearing
uniforms.
a literal uniform because they're in a sports team together. Oh, it's challenging.
A scene will play out, and then at the end it'll be like, oh my God, what will happen when Heidi finds out? And I'm like, wait, that wasn't Heidi?
I thought you were Heidi.
I thought you were Heidi. You're Heather?
Heidi's like,
oh no!
I can't believe this.
This changes everything.
All right, let's hear the Disney Channel trailer, and then we can get into it.
If nothing else, you can enjoy the Disney Channel announcer saying double teamed really enthusiastically.
Yeah, there we go. We can all enjoy that.
Tomorrow, this is on fire. They can shoot. They can score. But to these talented twins, you've been given a special gift. Have what it takes to win.
Come and get it.
You girls are willing to learn to play together like a team? It's not a free ride.
It's gonna be a long night for you.
I don't think so. One second best, always second best.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
A Disney Channel original movie. Double Team. Tomorrow at 8/7 Central.
Okay, anything you want to get off your chest about this one beforehand?
I don't really understand basketball,
Yep, go on.
and a lot of this film is like a basketball coach talking in basketball terms to basketball players about the basketball that's about to happen.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know what any of this means. You're not like making this accessible to someone who doesn't watch basketball.
Okay, I actually thought I did understand basketball until I saw this film, and then I was like, okay, I don't understand basketball any more than I understand astrophysics just because I've watched Star Trek. Because you know how Star Trek does that thing they do in Futurama, which is like the long scientific explanation and then like filling a balloon with too much air. Like someone will put it in,
In
so
layman's
giving the
terms,
audience the
for me.
illusion of understanding all of the technical stuff. In this one, there's all the technical stuff, and then there's kind of a pause where you're waiting for some character to say we've got to make this shot or we don't win the game.
So I've simply got to juke around the other player and sink it for 3 or something.
Yeah, no one will say anything like that. Instead, they'll
Just hang in the air.
complicated
like a bad smell.
complicated basketball will occur, and then everyone will impassively drift away.
And then I will study everyone's faces to see if it was good or bad what happened. And then we'll move on to the next
was
punishingly
catastrophic.
lengthy basketball scene.
Catastrophic for Heidi and or Heather.
Oh no. This is huge for Heidi or possibly Heather.
Well, it would be huge for Heidi. It would be normal for Heather.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to know because a lot of the scenes in this film are normal and they're sort of dramatically unremarkable, and things will happen. Well, it's possible. I was going to say up top that I think this film is shatteringly dull.
I thought,
it's
that's
sort of
my
aggressively boring.
the words I would use would be catastrophically boring.
Catastrophically boring. But it's entirely possible that every scene where I thought it was Heather, it was actually Heidi. And maybe if you reverse all of my expectations of which
it's
scene was
actually
which,
good. Yeah.
it's actually very, very gripping.
Heidi's
Yeah,
going on
maybe.
an incredible arc in the background.
Yeah, it would be like if I'd watched The Talented Mr. Ripley and not realised that he'd sort of done anything bad. I'd just been like, well, this Mr. Ripley's having quite the life.
It's quite the Italian adventure.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. Anyway. Okay.
So we open on a suburban home, and the words "double teamed" all in caps appear on screen. Winky face.
And hopefully by the end of this
Two pizza delivery boys walk up the drive. I don't see why we need 2 of us to deliver this sausage pizza, says one. Well, that's what the lady who lives here asked for, says the other.
Oh my God.
Did I download the wrong movie?
This freaking...
Sorry.
This damn film is so boring. I remember it so poorly that when you started that, I was looking at my notes like, I've not got anything about pizza, but I must just not written it down because there's a lot I didn't write down.
It's boring.
It's so boring. No, instead, text on screen tells us that this film is based on the real-life stories of Heather and Heidi Burge. It's a bright sunny morning and the camera drifts into the bedroom of a girl. She's got shelves on the wall. There are toys and sporting trophies on them.
We see two girls. So we see this Heather and this Heidi. They couldn't be more different. Heather is doing sit-ups. She's skipping. Heidi is in bed asleep.
Yeah, she's hiding under a duvet. She doesn't want to get up.
Yeah. Heather is exercising so hard the house is shaking from the force of the exercising.
Yes.
We see downstairs her mother, exciting rock star Molly Phillips from So Weird, is trying to drink coffee, but she can't because the house is shaking itself apart from the force of her workout upstairs.
Yes. On-screen text tells us that the music is by Philip Marshall. And
I mean, the on-screen text didn't need to tell us that the music was by Philip Marshall.
Because this is a powerhouse, a Philip Marshall masterclass.
This is a Philip Marshall ass movie.
Yeah, it is.
This is some Philip Marshall ass Philip Marshall music.
A trophy wobbles off a shelf due to the sort of wobbling that Heather is causing the house to do with her exercising, and it is caught in midair by their dad, who is dressed like a coach, but is not actually going to turn out to be a coach, confusingly.
No, I've got this thing again where I really strongly associate actors with one specific role.
Go on.
The actor playing the mother is the actor who plays Molly Phillips in So Weird, which is the show that we're recapping in our Patreon bonus podcast. So she is just Molly Phillips, and the dad is played by the actor who plays Art Mullen, the Chief Deputy US Marshal in Justified. So
yes, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. Two shows I've watched all of extensively. I've spent hundreds of hours with both these shows, so it's a challenge.
Yeah, so this is a bit of whiplash for you. But Dad catches this trophy. It's the only thing he's going to do well in this whole film, so enjoy it would be my advice.
Right on time, he says. Don't you just love it? Molly Phillips says, what I'd like is to sleep in on Saturdays. 6:45, says Dad. Practice starts in 15 minutes. The other girl puts sunglasses on her face, says perfect, and then goes downstairs in the clothes she slept in. This is Heidi. She goes into the kitchen and sees that her twin Heather is wearing the same clothes. Nice outfit, huffs Heather. Mom, make her change. This might be to do with the fact that she slept in those clothes rather than the fact that they're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, Mom, make her change. She smells terrible. I thought for sure if I came down in these clothes, she would finally change out of them because we would be wearing the same outfit.
No, she's willing to go outside in these reeking clothes she hasn't taken off for a week.
She's been wearing them for a year, Mum.
I put on sunglasses. It's a different outfit.
It's a different outfit. It's a different look. So Heather is outraged that Heidi is dressed like this, even though they're wearing the same thing. It's volleyball practice, says Heather, not a beauty pageant. And Heidi comes back at her, well, my friends will think I'm a geek if I'm not wearing my...
double mint geek.
A double mint geek, which is
it's
actually
probably worth pointing out that
yeah.
this movie is a period piece. It's set in 1985. So occasionally people will say things like, my friends will think I'm a double mint geek. And I'm like, maybe that was slang in the 80s. I don't know. But seems unlikely. But
double mint? It sounds like it refers to a kind of cigarette or something, you know?
Yeah,
like,
but like whenever anyone says or does anything weird in this movie, I do give it a bit of leeway because I'm like, oh, maybe people did things like, maybe films were bad in the 80s and that's why they've made this film bad.
Maybe, yeah. My friends will think I'm a menthol-tipped dork.
My friend will think I'm a juicy fruit nerd.
Okay, so anyway, they can't decide who should have to change. Mum makes them pick a number between like 1 and 7, and they say the same number in complete synchronization, and then do a few other things in complete synchronization. And in the end, they have to sort of draw straws to find out who should go and change. The film aptly makes the point that these twins have different personalities, and yet they say things at the same time.
Yep.
All the time. I started saying that as if it was a good point. You know, like the film is ably making clear that, and then what I said was nonsense. That they are completely different, but then occasionally they just will say the same thing.
Yeah, they also hate each other. It's pretty clear from this. The subtitles as they run out to the car is brackets girls grunting and arguing, which it's an alternate title for the film.
This film has a lot of interactions, especially between the twins, where they say things that are, I think, unforgivably cruel. But they say them while they're kind of smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
Maybe, again, because it was the 80s, you know. It was a different vibe back then.
Yeah.
You could just say horrible things to your family, couldn't you? But you say it while you were laughing.
Well, that was considered comedy back then.
Yeah.
Before anyone developed empathy in the sort of mid-90s. That's when that
Yeah.
happened. We cut to volleyball practice. One of the girls is being brutally spiked on by the other.
Yeah.
Heather is succeeding at volleyball. Heidi is the one being dunked on.
She's crap
We're
at
told
it.
this is happening in Redondo Beach, 1985. The dad from The Luck of the Irish wanders in and asks the girl's dad, Art Mullen from Justified, how he tells his daughters apart. Oh, it's easy, he says. Heidi's the one that gives me a migraine. If she had half the motivation of her sister, he carries on. And I was like, oh, I thought this was going to be a sort of cute, Heidi's the one that gives me a migraine. Heather's the one that gives me a stomachache.
No.
But seriously, I love them both. And I can't,
No.
Couldn't live without them.
No. What you did there, Andy, was seriously misread the character of the father.
And that's on me,
say,
to be fair.
I would say that having a gold-plated, terrible DCOM dad is one of this film's few redeeming qualities for me as a viewer, because I love a bad DCOM dad.
Yeah.
And this is a primo example. Maybe not the worst. Maybe not the worst we've seen, but pretty bad. And this is the first example. It's like, hey, how do you tell your twin daughters apart? Oh, I hate one of them. Heidi gives
a real piece of
Yeah, Heidi gives me a migraine if she had half the motivation of her sister. And it's like, all right, you don't know this guy. Like,
hey,
pins
random
her up
off the
against
street.
yeah.
Let me tell you about my piece of
Let me
daughter.
tell you about Heidi. She's a real POS.
So, look, the thing is that this actor, he plays Art Mullen in Justified, of course. And Art Mullen fulfills a sort of fatherly role for US Deputy Marshal Raylan Givens. So,
Yes, a role he certainly isn't getting from his actual father.
yeah, and I understand a lot of where he's coming from in Raylan's case, when Raylan will come in and he's, for example, extrajudicially killed a suspect in custody
Yeah,
with his gun.
Possibly that's what Heidi's doing.
And we just don't see that happen on camera.
Yeah, we don't see Heidi's extrajudicial killings because they thought it would affect the tone of the biopic. But
Yeah, we don't see off-screen Heidi is teamed up with Boyd Crowder, played by Walton Goggins,
Yes.
to run the meth smugglers out of Kentucky.
yeah, so just file away that the whole time Heidi is turning a blind eye while meth labs are being exploded in the woods.
Yeah, for the greater good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This other rando dad is like, oh yeah. So you know, scouts are going to be around. Scholarships, scouting for scholarships for scholarships.
Yeah,
Scouts.
Well,
for scholarships.
the dad from The Luck of the Irish is like, she likes to goof off. What kid doesn't? My own son, for example, recently travelled into a Celtic pocket dimension to challenge a leprechaun king to a series of Gaelic sporting challenges. Kids will be kids.
Kids will
you
be
know,
kids.
they'll get up to whatever. But
Yeah.
you got to take it seriously because the athletics college scouts scholarships
Yeah.
are coming around, and they were all looking at my daughter when she was the same age as yours. He says, "You got to be kidding me," says Dad.
Yeah.
Welcome to big time recruiting. Starts early.
So Dad's like, well, I don't know about this for my daughters. I mean, they don't even have a team. And my note here is like, well, what's happening then? I thought they
I've
were
got
in
that
school.
exact note. Where are you?
Yeah, where are they? What's happening? They're on a volleyball team playing volleyball, except it seems Heidi's not on the team and Heather is, but they're not on a team. I don't know.
Is this
whatever.
some sort of like pickup game at the YMCA?
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening, but then my notes here say this is the dullest f***ing conversation in the history of cinema.
Strap in then, Andy. Strap the F in. So
It's
the coach
two
says-
men. It's a static shot of two men stood in a gym talking about the process for college athletic scholarships admissions.
Talking about how surprisingly early you have to get your children on track for sporting scholarships.
Yeah. I mean, they can't talk to them too early. That would be illegal and against the rules of the college admission program. But, they'll be keeping an eye on them. And as soon as they're able to, they'll be. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this movie has been going for like 6 minutes and I'm already
Scouts
so
will
bored.
even show up to minor league games,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. So anyway,
Pretty
we find
wild.
out that the girls are in a small private school. And this random dad who's sidled up to Heidi and Heather's dad is like, if I were you, I'd think about moving their schools into one with a strong athletic program. And Dad's like, that's all. Another dad has told me to uproot my children's lives.
Better do it.
Well, if another dad said it. Yeah. But Dad's like, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe if they're talented, a scout will spot them anyway. And this other dad is like, when's the last time you saw a scout here? And it's like, where is here?
Where is here? What is here?
Also, this mind-numbingly dull conversation started with this dad saying, scouts are everywhere. They're always keeping an eye on. And then he's like,
not here, though.
But not here. Scouts are everywhere. They're in the frickin' walls. But not here. No, a scout will never see your daughter here.
Yeah.
Why are we talking so much about scouts?
But then at the end of the scene, what you don't see is a scout unfurls from the rafters and sort of flies off on one of those ninja kites.
Yes,
into
noticed
the sky.
Heather and Heidi.
having seen the athletic prospects and committed them to memory.
Having observed and noted them.
Yeah.
So then we cut to much later. These twins who can't stand to be compared to each other are riding a tandem bike with identical helmets. But helpfully, they take turns setting up their respective character arcs.
So Heather talks about how Heidi's volleyball game is getting better, and she's like, "Hey, you don't have to get so worked up at Dad. He's just trying to help." But Heidi's like, "He wants me to be just like you, a volleyball obsessive. I'm sick of being compared to you, Heather." And Heather's like, "I bet, because I'm great at everything, and I beat your ass at everything, and I was born first, and you suck."
Yeah, there's a weird energy to this. Maybe realistic. I'm not a twin. I don't know. Maybe you ride around on tandem bikes with matching helmets.
Yeah.
Berating each other for who was born second.
And eventually you tumble over some waterfalls, like strangling each other. That's how all twins die, I understand.
Yeah, I think so.
Happens sooner or later.
So we cut to a barbecue out in the yard. Mom is like, hey, Dad, maybe what if we didn't uproot our children's lives for volleyball?
Yeah.
And Dad is like, I can't believe you would bring this negative energy to me.
I can't believe the aura, the energy that's in this cookout right now. You're ruining the cookout.
Dad says, come on, getting into a good college leads to all sorts. The girls have a gift. You can't deny that. Mary, he says, we made a choice. I could have gone for the big law firm, brackets question mark, and worked a ton of hours and
I could have been a lawyer if I'd got a law degree.
But we made a choice to be here for them, make less money so we could be around more. So the girls need scholarship money. I've written that it was very brave of Dad to turn down guaranteed riches.
To turn down being the world's best lawyer.
To
raise his kids. Well, we've got a job for you here, Art Mullen from Justified. It's the job of world's richest lawyer. But you'll have to spend time in the office away from your children. No deal.
I told them no deal. You should have seen me in there. I gave them hell. I said, no way, not if it takes me away from Heather and Heidi. I'll simply ruin their lives to make sure they get volleyball scholarships, even though they don't want to.
So you're saying you went into that building over there and you did an interview there? Oh yeah, man, I was in there hours.
Oh yeah.
All right, because I saw you walk up to the doors and then you took a sharp left and you've been sitting in the subway directly next to it, eating a sandwich for the last 2.5 hours.
I saw all I needed to. Trust me.
What, from the lobby?
Oh yeah, trust me. When you've got an experienced eye like mine, I immediately caught the eye of the CEO. He begged me. I could smell desperation on him. I said, no deal. I said, is it good? I said, one question. Is it going to take me away from Heather and Heidi? He said, let me tell you more about the money. It's huge money. And I said, shut it with your big money. You can shove your big money up your arse. Is it going to take me away from Heather? Yeah. Up your arse, mate. Is it going to take me away from Heather and Heidi? And he was going,
said, it will take you away. It will take you away from Heather and Heidi for 1 minute. And I was like, 1 minute,
like,
1 minute too many, mate.
I put him
1
on
minute
his
too
arse
many.
right there and then.
I threw him through the plate glass window.
Nothing.
And I said, if you
my daughters,
you got a problem with that, I'll sue you. I'm a lawyer. I said, and he said, I'm a lawyer too. This is a law firm. And I said, well, I'm a better lawyer.
Yeah, I could have been the world's richest if I'd played the conversation we just had slightly differently.
But I didn't, and I haven't. And I'm proud of the decision I made.
Anyway,
so that's what Dad says.
So that's what Dad is like.
Also, he wants to move them to a school. They don't live in the school district.
Yes.
He's moved them there anyway. And he's come to an agreement with the principal, a verbal contract, where they will move house within 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. So I think this is very, very forgiving and flexible of the principal. Because, obviously school districts are drawn up quite carefully and quite ruthlessly enforced. And he's basically said, hey, I want my kids to go to this school. We don't live in the district, though.
Yeah.
And I imagine the principal then said, well, are you moving to the area? And the dad is like, no, but I could do. could do in a fortnight. You should have seen me in there. I could easily move there in a fortnight.
Well, if I were moving house, that would take me away from my girls, and I put him on his ass.
I put him on his ass right there. But then after that, we did come to an agreement whereby
you should have seen me in there with him.
So there's this deal has been made with the principal that they've got 2 weeks basically to move into the school district.
They've got 2 weeks to move house entirely from not having their house on the market to being in a house in the school district. This is impossible.
Yes.
It's impossible.
So the girls get back and they interrupt this argument that mum and dad are having. It's not much of an argument because dad has basically sort of pulled the trigger on it already.
yeah.
And the girls find them arguing. Dad is like, oh, interesting that you should come by because this actually concerns you. Brackets, your life being ruined.
Yeah, it's fortunate you wandered through the garden at this point, daughters. I meant to tell you something. We're transferring you to a new high school where you'll be double teamed.
He says, you girls are different. You're tall and you're athletic, like your mother. You've been given a special gift, and your mum and I want you to take full advantage. So, we're transferring you to Palos Verdes High School.
Just so we can play a stupid sport? This is like a joke, right?
Heidi, I know that college seems like it's a lifetime away, but it's not.
I mean, Dad, what are we supposed to tell our friends?
You know, girls with half your ability...
We're switching schools because the PE is better?
We don't have the money to send you both to college.
Dad, you can't do this to us!
If you'll just listen to me for a second...
Larry. Heidi, sweetheart.
Mom, Heather can do what she wants, but I'm not going and you can't make me.
Heather, sweetheart, you want to talk about this?
It's okay, Mom. Dad's just doing what he thinks is best.
I am going to go talk to Heidi, and I want you to talk to Heather.
You heard her. I think she's fine with it.
So Dad's like, that went well. Seems fine.
Yeah, as Heidi runs off sobbing, Heather runs off sobbing.
Well, Heather's sort of through a mask of tears, being like, "You know best, Daddy." Whatever you think.
And he's like, "Well, go. You should go and have a word with her." And he's like, "She's probably fine."
No way.
No way, man.
No way. Not if you'll take me away from my daughters.
No, talking to my daughters would take me away from my daughters. Also, the sausages need turning.
Yeah. So
Otherwise
Mum is
they're
like,
gonna
sometimes I'm amazed how little you know them. The whole time through this, Mum has just been sort of like sat there passively with an attitude that says, "I hate this, but I have no power to influence events."
Yeah,
Like,
I am but a wife. And if I were to intervene, it would break the wife code.
Yeah, it's...
The council of wives would summon me, and I would be disciplined.
Wives, turn your backs.
Turn your back on this wife.
So we cut to the first day of a new school. I think this is really funny because it's like, you'd better go and talk to them. And Dad's like, oh, okay. And then smash cut to first day of school.
First day of school.
We don't see
what happened. We don't know.
All.
We see
Almost
Heidi.
every DCOM features a scene where a parent walks into a child's bedroom and the child is sat crying on the bed,
sobbing,
and they have an
like,
important
hey champ.
They have an important conversation. Whereas this one's just sort of like, cut to the bad thing has happened.
We see Heidi having a tearful farewell to like a friend of hers who lives next door. She's like, I guess I'll never see you again.
Yeah,
because I'm going to a different school, even though we still live in the same area and can see each other whenever we want in evenings and weekends.
Yeah,
and her friend is like, sure, we'll see each other at the weekend, knowing they'll never see each other again.
Yeah, exactly.
She watches the car pull away. It's like one of those funerals you see in movies where the coffin gets very slowly lowered into the ground. That's what she looks like as the station wagon pulls away down the street.
Part of this is that Phil Marshall, who always sends it as hard as possible emotionally with the musical score, so the music is like as this car pulls away. It's like incredibly overwrought, melodramatic.
Yeah, while they drive to a school 1.5 miles away.
Yeah, it's got this golden light. It looks like she's saying goodbye as her friend is driven to heaven.
Yeah, it's like the end of the Fast and Furious movie when Paul Walker drives off down a different road to heaven.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's like, this is a road I cannot drive, my friend. I'm going to hell. I'm pretty sure how that went.
I think it was. So we cut to the school. It's a fancy school, which is communicated by all of the kids pulling up in vintage sporty roadsters.
Like vintage 1985 Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah, but like not just 1985 Ferraris. There's sort of like, there's sports cars here that look like the kids should be wearing goggles. Do you know, like that? Those
and
kinds
like
of cars.
and like a scarf and a thin mustache.
Yeah,
like a gentleman racer from the 30s.
Exactly. It's the kind of car that you're supposed to sort of spin off the banked Monza curves in and explode. Or
All right, darling,
yeah.
have a nice day at school today. I'll pick you up after my race around the world.
Beep, beep. Yeah. So anyway, I think basically someone involved in this film was a car enthusiast and was like, I think it would be more authentic if the children drove my wish list of favorite cars through the last century.
And then the cars all went mysteriously missing.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Okay, so the girls are signing up for classes. They don't know what language to choose, so they choose Italian because they like pizza. I don't know why I've written that down. It's nothing.
Then
The
school is the home of the Sea Kings. It's worth pointing out. Presumably the school is named after the water-type Pokemon.
Yes, exactly. The principal is a water-type trainer.
Yeah, he's a... yeah, I thought you said the principal is a Wartortle.
Superintendent Blastoise comes by. The state of these classrooms.
He says... God damn it, I've had it with his unevolved Blastoises. Says the long-suffering Wartortle.
Suddenly, a load of popular cheerleaders pile into the hall. Look at those freaks, they comment on these tall twins. Heidi is like, oh, wow, there's so many student activities. She's having a good time. She's looking down the list. Oh, there's fencing, there's art club, there's fashion club. Heather's like, Heidi, you're here to play volleyball. It's what Dad wants. And Heidi's like, yeah, but the volleyball season doesn't start until spring. We'll work out and practice volleyball until then, says Heather.
I'll stand motionless in the gym for the next 4 months until it's time to be activated for volleyball.
I'll enter a sort of father-pleasing torpor.
I'll go into a sort of trance. I'll just repeat a volleyball mantra to myself, surviving on a thimbleful of water and a single wafer. And Dad's in the background nodding solemnly in approval.
If only Heidi could be more like you. So Heidi flounces off to enjoy more hobbies than pleasing her father. Heather can't even with her. A small child looks at this tall woman aghast.
Yeah. No one in this town has ever seen a tall blonde woman before and is obviously aghast at this awful sight of a tall blonde woman.
Heidi sees a girl putting up a big sign for drama club. The girl introduces herself as Zoe, the president of the drama club. She says, I'm Zoe, president of the drama club, and you are frighteningly tall.
My friends call me Heidi, says Heidi, and then Zoe says, sorry, my mouth's an early riser, but my brain sleeps in. I've written, what? What do you mean?
This is Iari Limone, who plays Nicole in Dead Space.
Oh,
a little bit of treasure from my IMDb. Yeah,
that's great. She says, normally I'd pressure you to join the drama society, but for one, I'm exhausted, and two, I figure the prom committee already snapped you up. They're always looking for someone like you to hang the really tall decorations. They don't have a ladder.
I don't know if you're picking up that these girls are quite tall.
Yes.
But Heidi's like, actually, I'd like to join drama club. Which, I mean, my note here is that this has already undercut any potential drama of them changing schools. Because they're like, oh no, we have to change schools. What if we don't like it? And then Heidi walks in and is like, I like it. I'll join drama club.
It's much better than the school that we went to before.
Yeah. So Zoe's like, hooray, do you have experience? A little singing at the beach, says Heidi. And then, of course, I was in Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. You were, says Zoe. It was a joke, says Heidi.
Yeah. It was a joke, says the script. So laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is delivered so oddly, this little interaction.
I think what this interaction shows is that neither of them should be in the drama society because their delivery is awful.
Oh my God, yes. Meanwhile, we cut to Heather at... she's gone to practice volleyball. There's no organised volleyball happening. She's just going to sort of practice volleyball by herself.
On her own, yeah.
Throw a ball against a wall.
Sort of sadly...
Like in The Great Escape or something.
Bopping it into the sky and then catching it. We see the women's basketball team training. They're all rubbish. The coach looks skyward to the Christian God and asks if it would kill God to send him some reinforcements. And at that point...
I really like the trope of coaches, and I guess you also get it in like play directors and stuff.
Yeah.
In kids' movies, like looking to the sky and loudly praying for God to kill the children. Like, I always enjoy it when I see this trope of like looking to the sky and loudly so all the children can say, being like, would it kill you to send me some better players?
Would it kill you to kill these children for me?
Would it kill you to smite these untalented oiks? Anyway, God hears his prayers.
I'm clearly still struggling at this point because my notes say, at this point, Heather or Heidi walks in dragging a squeaking cart of volleyballs.
Yes, but we know with the benefit of hindsight that it's Heather. Unless it's Heidi, which would be quite dramatically interesting because Heidi has just pretended that she doesn't like volleyball.
Yeah.
And maybe
she's
she
talented
was lying.
Mr. Ripleying her sister.
Yeah, she was lying. Do you know there's actually only Heidi in this film? Yeah.
It's a Tyler Durden situation.
Yeah. If you look
there's a scene
Heather
at the end and you see all the scenes from the movie from a different perspective and there's just one of them in every scene.
Oh man, that would be so choice. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Never mind.
So Heather trips into the room and she spills volleyballs all over everything. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just looking for somewhere to work out. And everyone stops and stares. Their jaws are on the floor.
Yeah.
How tall are you? Mutters the coach. Heather says, I don't know, just south of 6 feet, I guess.
Bull. No tall person doesn't know how tall they are. Every tall person knows exactly how tall they are and would be delighted to tell you. Oh, they love nothing better than telling you. And they know to the quarter inch.
Oh, well.
6'4"-ish. No,
6'4"-ish.
It is 6'4". It is 6'4".
Yeah, it was 6'3" when I was 12. And then when I was 12 months... Yes, when I hit 13, that was when it hit exactly 6'4". Yeah. But also, she says just south of 6 feet, which isn't that tall.
And then later on, her twin sister is announced as being 6'1".
Well, I mean, a lot of time passes in this film. And Dad's probably got them on some kind of rack.
Some kind of torture rack. He just winds them on in the evenings. Just the crunching of bone down there. The real life women that this film is based on were 6'5" when they were adults.
Yes.
So
yes.
Considerably taller even than the actors in this film.
So Coach is like, hey, you tall person, do you ever think about playing basketball? And Heather's like, no. I like volleyball. And then
as you can see, I'm in a volleyball torpor and will be.
To please my father. Coach is like, curse you, God. He begs Heather to at least think about it, and she says that she'll ask her dad. We cut to back at home. Heidi is on the phone. Dad is livid.
Sorry, just before we cut, there was an evil basketball player, and she looks at them evilly.
Oh, yes. No, there is
It's
an
important
evil
to introduce the character of evil basketball player.
Evil basketball player, yeah, that's true.
She looks at them as like, I'll be evil to them soon.
I don't like the tallness of these people I'm seeing. So we cut back home. Heidi's on the phone. She's talking to Zoe, I think.
She's just enjoying herself. She's socializing with her friends.
Yeah.
Dad can hear this from the next room and it annoys him.
Yeah.
And so he marches in and tells her to get off the phone or he's going to cut the cord.
Yeah. She says, I've got to go, Zoe. My dad's like having a duck.
Probably 80s slang.
My dad's having a double mint duck.
It's probably 80s slang. Probably 80s slang. Don't even worry about it.
Having a duck. I don't know. But so Heidi sort of flounces to meet the family. She's glowing with positivity. She just got invited by Zoe to a great party on Friday night. Dad is smug. He's like, ha ha, I knew this place would be perfect for you. Mom is like, but hang on, don't we still need to find a place to live? Dad is like, who cares?
Probably not.
He says, who cares? The school said we had 2 weeks. They'll never check. He's happy and relaxed.
It probably doesn't matter. They never check up on these things. The girls will just have to keep a low profile for the rest of their school career, he says.
Yeah.
These 6'1" women will have to crawl around on their bellies in case the principal sees them.
Keep a low profile.
Girls, it's so easy. All you need to do is move from class to class via the air vents.
I don't ask much, girls. All I ask is that you maintain a low profile at school while simultaneously blowing everyone's minds with your athletic prowess.
Now, girls, I've laid out ghillie suits for both of you on your beds to wear to school tomorrow. They're going to make it harder for you to do windmill dunks, but I feel like you can do it. I believe in you. You're my princesses.
Now, being twins is very noticeable, so you're going to attend school on alternate days. And when you get home, you'll tell the other one all the learning you...
Oh, you can attend school on the same day, but one of you will have to put shoes on your knees and walk around on your knees all day.
Yeah. Wear a long cape to cover your long legs.
walk around on your knees with shoes on your knees and speak in a sort of high-pitched Italian accent with the cape. Maybe someone will think you're an eccentric Italian count.
But not too eccentric. Not so eccentric that the principal might say, "Where do you live?"
Is it Italy? Because that's not in the school district. Heather, you can just carry on. Heather, you carry on being Heather. Heidi, you are now Count Rodolfo. An exchange student from Firenze.
You are a 60-year-old Italian count who is only 3 foot tall.
Your hobbies are winemaking and pistol dueling.
Okay, so anyway, Dad at dinner is very...
Heather, just keep doing what you're doing.
Dad is very, very relaxed and having a lovely dinner, but not for long, because Heather says that she met the basketball coach, and the coach asked her to try out for the team. Dad's brow furrows into a frown.
Face darkens.
This was not his plan. Heather says it would be fun. And it'd be over by the time the volleyball season has started. Dad has a face like thunder. But then he says, no. I think it would be a great idea.
It's very telling how the rest of the family responds to this. All the women, the mother and the 2 daughters, are both sat watching the dad think about this volleyball idea.
Yeah.
And it's so tense.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like the beer hall scene in Inglourious Bastards. Like everyone's just watching Dad.
Yeah.
And they're like, is he going to fly into an uncontrollable rage?
Just the subtlest of slow zooms on Dad's face as he ponders his response.
As he swaps the word volley for the word basket in his mental Rolodex.
It's so weird. Because, it's like, oh, we want to be part of the basketball team. And Dad's like, oh, volleyball was the plan. I don't know if they do basketball scholarships. Probably not.
I've never heard of this basketball you speak of. What is it, some kind of game?
So Dad's like, actually, let me surprise you all. I think it's a great idea.
Everyone visibly relaxes.
And, in fact, I decree Heidi should do it as well. Heidi's like, no, I don't want to.
No, actually.
I want to join drama club. And Dad all but flips the table. He starts to shout, that's not gonna... But then Mum interrupts and says, that's a great idea, Heidi. You should do that.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz needs a Tin Man and she's the only person tall enough to fit into the costume.
What?
And then Dad says, one of these days your sister's going to be famous and you're going to be sorry you didn't put in the extra work.
Okay, the first example of a really horrible thing in this film that is delivered where everyone is smiling and laughing. Like, honestly, probably when you heard Andy say that, you just felt like a pang of sympathy for the character of Heidi, but that's not how this film plays it.
No.
Everyone's just like, ha ha ha, and Dad's like, one of these days, this is going to be famous, and you'll be sorry you didn't put in the work.
And then with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes.
Girls. Yeah.
With a smile that doesn't reach her eyes, Heidi says, one of these days I'll be at the Oscars thanking everyone but you, then who'll be sorry. And then everyone goes, ha 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 ha. And then Dad goes, you're impossible, you know that, with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. And then everyone laughs. Then we smash cut to everyone in the room is dead except Heidi, who's holding a fire axe. Blood is up all the walls. She's panting and disassociating.
And then the film could end already. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Then the film ends.
Also, just one thing that I feel like I have to note. What is with this thing, the only one tall enough to fit the costume? Maybe do the costume after... Did they find this Tin Man costume in a meteorite? And,
this Tin Man is made of rigid, inflexible tin that they can't work in any way.
Exactly. It's a sort of... the school was built around this Tin Man costume. So I guess we'll probably put on Wizard of Oz.
Only someone exactly 6 foot 1 inches tall can fit into it.
The prophecy.
Also, is the Tin Man notably taller than everyone else in the Wizard of Oz? I thought the Scarecrow was the tall one.
Yeah, no, none of them are sort of have to be taller than anyone else. Why don't you just make the costume a bit smaller?
Why don't you just spray paint a boy silver?
Yeah, I think the original Tin Man had to quit because he got all poisoned because of aluminium.
They sprayed a load of aluminium dust into his lungs. They were like, "But you won't see the inside of your lungs, but we'll know." It's a little touch of verisimilitude that you have metal lungs as well. Yeah.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to remember if that's true though, because almost everything that happened to anyone in The Wizard of Oz was like a fatal accident.
Yeah, unbelievably carcinogenic.
Yeah. Okay, so we cut to Basketball. Two girls observe Heather easily sinking bucket after bucket. It seems that this Heather is pretty good, but that is no good for this one evil basketball girl whose name is Nikki Williams. And her friend is called Madison, but that's less important. Let's hear what they have to say.
I see Daddy said his little girl could come out and play.
Yeah, he thinks it'll help keep me in shape. I'm Heather.
I don't care if you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Just get this straight. This is my team. So don't try to make a name for yourself here.
Lovely little thing, isn't she?
Yeah. Lovely.
So that's the evil basketball player, Nikki. She's sort of the antagonist.
Yep.
We get a bit of Wizard of Oz rehearsals. Heidi is extremely wooden and bad. There's a small boy with the word Dorothy pinned to his chest, and he sort of delivers his lines in a weird British accent.
Yeah, this is...
it's a total disaster, essentially.
This is odd. Heidi says that she can't read her lines because she's so disturbed. I think because this boy is wearing ruby slippers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very weird scene, this.
Yeah.
And it unsettles me.
If it's meant to show the sort of like... If it's meant to show the fun, creative times that she's having in drama club, it is an abject failure because it looks weird. Everyone's terrible at drama and no one's enjoying themselves.
And no one's having fun. Cut back to basketball practice. The coach runs a scenario with the team. Nikki, the evil one, aggressively ducks past Heather. And coach is like, Heather, you got to stop her. Let's run it again. Nikki's like, this is going to be easy. And it is. She beats Heather again. This time, Nikki bumps Heather aggressively to the floor. Shut her down.
This is good. What I've got in my notes is evil basketball girl does a mean basketball move on her.
Yeah.
So what you've written is way more descriptive and good. So hats off.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. But that's basically it. I mean, yeah, we could have all saved ourselves some time if we'd have done
She does a series of mean basketball moves to her.
She's
and
just
we're like,
mean,
oh no, is she going to survive on this team when there's an evil player?
An evil player who keeps evilly shutting her down. Cut back to Heidi briefly. She gets the part and directions from Zoe to the party on Friday. Back to practice. Heather is once more blocked by Nikki, who looks down at her like taking candy from a baby. She says evilly. The red mist descends, and Heather jumps up, slapping the ball out of the sky as Nikki takes her shot. And everyone's like, oh my God, that was the tallest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they show this 3 times from different angles. Good, says the coach. Evil Nikki is shocked. I think you're going to need this, says Heather, and then slams the ball hard into Nikki's midsection.
Killing her.
It's shattering her sternum, breaking every single one of her ribs.
The ball passes cleanly through her.
Yeah, because she's so tall. So we cut to the big party.
Hooray.
It's at a sort of Silicon Valley mansion from...
There's an indoor pool.
From the 90s.
There are huge bowls of fruit salad. Heidi's like, who lives here? The president? And then we see the president emerge from the swimming pool.
Yeah. Party down. I decree it. Is this a house or a hotel, says Dad. And then Heidi says, I thought a clown for my 6th birthday was a big deal. And then Dad casts his eyes downwards and says, and that was me. And you get the impression that he's revealing this information to Heidi for the first time, like she doesn't know this.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh God, Dad, I didn't realize things were so bad.
The clown that I thought we killed you that night. You didn't bury me deep enough.
Dad, if you want to go and work at the big law firm, it's fine. No, I told them.
No, I told them.
I told them no way, man.
I told them no way. Dad.
You should have seen me in there, Heidi.
Dad, if you want to be a...
Dad, you shouldn't have to be picking up sad dollars as a sex clown.
Wait, no one said sex clown? Well, we all just assumed, Dad.
Dad, the costume made it obvious. I know you tried to PG up your act, but really...
But you didn't try very hard. Remember how all the parents took their children away when the part with the balloon animals happened?
Yeah. Oh, dear. Dad's a clown, a literal clown. Heidi asks Dad to drop her around the corner so no one sees his rubbish car or his clown outfit. Yeah. Inside, we see a oil painting of evil basketball girl and her dad on the wall. So this is her house.
That's right. So this is Nikki's house. The dad is some kind of investment guru, Zoe explains to Heidi as they walk through this beautiful mansion. Then Nikki appears and says to Heidi, well, if it isn't my new teammate. Now, this confused me briefly, but remember they're twins.
Yeah.
So you don't know who's who at any time.
Did you notice the bit where they have a sort of shot of the pool in this house and everyone's sort of standing around drinking drinks around the pool and stuff?
Yes!
And
Oh my God! And there's one person. Yes, I know what you're going to say.
There's a big window, and you see a boy walk up, and he sort of touches the window, knocks on it a couple of times, producing an audible rap, and then steps through it, like he passes through the glass.
What? Okay, no, that is actually not what I was going to say. Have you seen a ghost?
No, it's real.
Oh yeah, I bet. Hang on. All right, I'm watching it now. Okay.
Watch the big glass pane
people are splashing.
on the left-hand side.
I see the boy tapping on the glass. He's just stepped through it. Okay. Right.
Okay.
It's
real ghost caught on camera.
It would be so on brand if the first ever ghost sighting was filmed in a DCOM and no one noticed because no one watched it.
It's a real ghost. The other explanation is that a boy has gone to a party and is doing mime to entertain other children.
I would sooner believe it's a real ghost caught on camera.
Ghost. Yeah, there's no way. There's literally no way.
There's absolutely no way no child has ever gone to a party and performed mime.
Performed mime to the delight of their school chums.
To the delight of their peers.
Yeah.
Okay, so evil Nikki has come up and been like, oh, my new teammate. And Heidi's like, no, that's my sister. Basketball's not my thing. Well, it's not your sister's either, Nikki hisses. Yeah. And Heidi's like, yeah, okay, well, cool house. Nikki says, thanks, I'll tell my dad next time he's in town.
Whoa.
Vindicating Heidi's dad's decision to not be rich and instead hound his daughters into volleyball scholarships.
Yeah. You mean he lets you have a party when he's not here? She says, and then Nikki sort of looks around shiftily and says, actually, my uncle's here, which is something they never revisit in the film. It's sort of played like she's lying, but I don't...
You're right.
It's pretty intriguing, right?
It's a really, prominently delivered line.
Yeah.
Actually, my uncle's here. She says it in a way that is absolutely nailed on in any other film you would expect. I have a note. Nikki does say her uncle is here, because I'm like, I assume this uncle is about to become a named character.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think it was like they finished the movie and they were like, sorry, is this Nikki character? Is she just living in this house on her own? And they're like, yeah. Her dad's a banker. He's never there. They're like, well, that's illegal and neglect. Can we put in a line where she says her uncle is here? And they're like,
well, there's these two frames where a popcorn bowl passes in front of her mouth, so we could.
Michael's here.
Yeah,
there we go.
in Michael Eisner's voice.
My uncle's here and I'm safe. Now let me put on a helmet and get on my bike.
Yep. Uncle's here, I'm safe. Oh, cool, Nikki. Sounds like you're
What
safe.
shall I spend all this money on? I know. Tickets to Euro Disneyland in Paris.
My dad's out of town. He's going to
Euro Disneyland and having a good time. He's staying for 3 weeks in one of the Disney resorts.
God, imagine 3 weeks in Disneyland Paris. What do you do on day 3?
Go to that Earl of Sandwich shop and get a hot sandwich.
Okay, what about day 4?
Well, that's it. That's it done.
Then you start the loop again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Zoe has a question as well.
Sounds like Heidi's got a great crib too. Maybe we can throw a party there. No, see, we just moved here, and it'll take a while to settle down. I mean, pool guy, decorators, not to mention the boathouse. I mean, you know how it is with a place like that, right? Ocean front. That's too sweet.
Yeah, way too sweet. So exactly where is this great crib?
Like she said, ocean front.
Uh-huh. And does it have an address?
An address? Yeah, sure. It's 1984 All District. I mean, you know that oceanfront street? You mean Breezeway Drive? Right, 1984 Breezeway Drive.
Now, this isn't a convincing lie, because when she comes up with the address 1984 All District, she gets that from looking at a boy's Letterman jacket that says 1984 All District on it.
Yeah.
So, Luke, you're currently wearing a T-shirt that you got from the Nintendo store in New York.
Yes.
So if you asked me where I lived and I said, oh, I live at 2025 Nintendo New York, how would you respond?
Well, I would probably try very, very hard not to make it obvious that I was looking down at my T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be I think I'd probably put my hand on my T-shirt, there I can feel the print. I know exactly which T-shirt this is, as I suspected. And then I would carry on small talk while I dialed 99 on my phone, because you are an imposter.
Correct, and that's not what these girls do. They sort of encourage her into a different address.
Yeah.
Do you in fact live at this address? And she says, yes, of course.
Yes, I do.
And they went, well, we're convinced.
Well, all right then. That's good news.
Right. Yeah.
Back home, Heidi and Heather are reunited. Heather is livid for some reason. She's like, you told them what about where we live?
Apparently Heidi got back from the party and was like, hey, Heather. And she was like, oh, hey, Heidi, how was the party? And she went, good. I lied about our address to some girls. You did what? And that's where we come in.
Heather goes ape. Money is a big deal to these people, says Heidi. You lied and wore my clothes, says Heather. I'm glad they're getting to know the real you.
Yeah.
The sisters still cannot stand each other.
We cut to the school gym. Hunter, the evil wannabe world's greatest kid producer from Now You See It, is here.
Yeah.
He is playing a jock called Galen Alderman.
Galen Alderman.
The world's press are assembled here in the gym and they want to know if this child has committed himself to Princeton. He says no.
The journalist furiously scribbled down his statement.
They want to make the morning edition. With the news that Galen Alderman may not go to Princeton. Or maybe
the Aldermans have called a press conference. Now I expect you're wondering if this is about whether or not I've committed myself to Princeton.
Yes, tell us, Galen.
No.
So, have you committed to not going to Princeton?
No.
Haven't done that either.
Hold the front page.
Okay. Get out of here, Berlin Wall coming down. No one's interested in that.
Galen Alderman is too cool for school. Heather is mooning over him. She's got a big crush. Madison fills us in with some detail. She says every college wants him, and so does every girl.
Yeah.
Then Nikki rocks up and she's like, hey, I went by your house. It's a donut shop.
I drove out to your fake address.
It's a donut
because I'm
shop.
Insane.
I drove to your fake address because and it's a donut shop.
Hey.
Yeah, says Heather.
Hey, Heidi, I was out trying to kill you last night, and it turns out the address you gave me wasn't even a real house.
Yeah.
So I had to drive back with my knife and mask.
But, however, Andy, what you've said there is Heidi and this is Heather. So Nikki is confronting the twin who Nikki knows is the wrong twin. Why is Nikki confronting Heather about an address that Heidi gave her? Wait,
because they look the same, and she just walked up to her in the gym.
Yeah, but they're at basketball practice. God. She knows that Heidi isn't on the team. Or maybe when she met Heidi at the party, and then Heidi lied about the address, Nikki's like, I bet you're not even a twin. I bet there's no Heidi.
Where do your lies end? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, nice try.
So Nikki says, oh, sure, and then wanders off, which ends the scene.
Yeah.
We cut to Heidi. She's telling Heather that one of the guys in the play has this, quote, great boat. So we're going to go cruise the harbour while we practice lines.
Yeah.
Heather doesn't want to be trapped on a boat with people doing Munchkin voices and tells Heidi as much. And she doesn't want to make friends or hang out. She just wants to stay and shoot free throws.
Yeah, she's got to catch up to the other girls who've got a head start on her on basketball.
Yeah.
This whole thing's worked out, hasn't it, says Heidi. I miss my friends, says Heather. And it's weird us spending so much time apart. Reminder that literally 10 minutes ago they hated each other. So
yeah, it's weird. This is so odd, this conversation. They restate the events of the film thus far, but then conclude that everything's okay, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They say,
well, children watching this will be wondering if things are okay or not.
Yeah.
So we'll need the characters to tell them.
They both look down the camera and say, things are okay.
Yeah.
They say that even though we're doing things apart, we're both enjoying our hobbies. And Heidi's excited that no one's telling her that she's a version of her sister, except for her dad. And indeed, there is no discernible drama or tension on the horizon.
Smash cut to at home. Dad has installed a basketball hoop over the garage and starts trying to play basketball. Heidi comes up and he's like, "Oh, interested in basketball, are you? Why don't you show me some basketball?" So she's like doing no-look three-pointers and stuff. The music's super annoying.
Yeah, it goes go 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 go.
They're not going to believe us. Can we have a short clip of this music?
Yeah, sure. There you go. We told you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So he's like, how was your boat ride? And she was like, oh, it's great. It's so nice having friends and being able to do things like this. And he's like, nice try, idiot. You're in the basketball team now.
Okay, I found this scene baffling because the previous scene is Heather and Heidi parting ways, and Heather says, I'm going to go practice my free throws, and Heidi says, I'm going to go on a boat.
Yeah.
Then the next scene is Heather, who we know likes basketball, finding Dad at home and deciding to play some little basketball with Dad, and then they do this. And then Dad's like, how was your boat trip? And I'm like, what? I thought this was Heather, but it's not. It's Heidi.
No, it's Heidi.
Even though Heidi said earlier, I don't like basketball, but then she walks into this scene, sees a basketball hoop and starts playing one-on-one with Dad.
Starts doing like preternatural dunks and stuff and is like incredibly good at basketball.
This would make perfect sense if it was Heather, but it isn't. It's Heidi.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You're not going to be confused anymore, Luke, because now Heidi does basketball as well.
Yeah, oh, thank goodness. What a relief.
Yeah.
But also, this is, Dad finding a new way to F up their life for absolutely no reason.
Yeah. I talked to Heather's coach, he says.
I told him that you'd be coming out for the team.
The basketball team?
Yeah.
You did this without asking me?
Heidi, it's really important that you get yourself noticed by the right school.
But Dad, what about the play?
Maybe in a year or so there'll be time for that, but right now...
Dad, this is so unfair!
Heidi, your future's in sports. It's not some school play.
This is so funny to me because Dad did not give a about basketball, and now he's like, only basketball is important. Like, another dad told me basketball was important.
I told you girls that basketball was the most important thing in your lives. No, you didn't. You said volleyball was. Yeah, whatever. As long as I'm ruining your life in some way. I
really hope that the vast majority of listeners who don't watch these films are imagining Dad as a sad sexual clown from all of these conversations.
An out-of-work sex clown. Oh, I could have had the big lawyer job.
Yeah. It would have been.
They were all after me. All of the big firms were champing at the bit.
They begged me. They
were like, "Well, you'll need to defend criminals," and I was like, "No way, man.
No way, man." They said, "Oh, please, we can't do it. We're not good enough.
Please, we've got some real scumbags that only you can get off the hook." And I was like,
"They said, no please. Way. The most evil men are going to walk the streets if you don't." And I said,
"Will it take me away from my little girls? Healy and what are they called?
Healy and
Hombre.
Healy and Hooley.
Hombre. Healy and Hooley." My daughters.
And they said, "Well, I mean, obviously there are sacrifices with any job, but I'm sure we can work out a flexible arrangement." And I said, "No way, I'm becoming a sex clown." I put him on his ass right there and became an out-of-work sex clown.
I walked right across the street from the law firm to the sex clown factory. They hired me there and then.
They said, "You're the best sex clown we've ever seen, but we'd love to give you huge money to manage the factory." I said, "Not a chance."
"I'll be working from home, thanks very much." And they said, "Really? Where your children live?" And I said, "Yeah."
I said, "Yeah. In fact, I'll be spending all my time with them."
They said, "We'd really advise you not to do that."
I'll be a professional sex clown completely in parallel with raising my children.
So that's what Dad says.
Dad says all that. So Heidi runs inside, and even though her dad is horrible and it's Dad's fault, she takes it all out on Heather. She says, "You put him up to it." Heather's like really confused, and Heidi says, "Congratulations, Heather. I'm once more in your shadow."
Yeah, pretty brutal.
Yeah,
pretty
the
brutal stuff.
Truth. Heather reels.
We cut to Heidi quitting the play. Zoe's like, "No, where will we find someone to be the Tin Man?" And Heidi sobs, "I told you, I don't have a choice."
Oh, no.
I feel like she probably does have a choice. She could probably just tell her dad no, I think.
In any other DCOM, she would secretly keep doing drama club. Well, I mean, in High School Musical, they hadn't yet nailed the formula.
Yeah.
This is like High School Musical, but if they forget to do the fun thing where, like, Troy does drama but pretends to do basketball.
And it'll all tie in at the end. She'll be like learning all about the Tin Man and stuff. And in the final thing, the coach will be like, "We may not have size and the speed of the other team, but we've got heart." And she'll be like, "Heart, that's what I need." And then it'll all tie in together. And
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
She just quits the play and some other kid gets aluminium dust in his lungs.
Can anyone make this shot Can you make it Samantha Oil? Samantha Oil? Oil can make the shot.
Oil can make the shot.
Just like the Tin Man says. Can you do this basketball shot, winged monkey?
Yes, it's easy. I'll just fly over there and drop it in.
Oh my god, what if I threw my axe at the enemy team?
Smash cut to her holding an axe, panting, blood up the walls. Again. It's a nice callback, actually. Luke, I want to ask you if this is normal.
Yeah. What do you got to show me?
I've got a hot hand.
You got a whoa! Oh my gosh! Look at
I got a hot hand.
The haze coming off of that thing. Whoa!
I know, it's super hot. Like, is that normal? Should it be this hot?
Is that normal? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. What do you expect me to do about it? Stop. In fact, even knowing about it, now I'm complicit. Now I'm hot hand complicit. This is a nightmare.
Complicit.
This is a nightmare. Take your problem to a doctor, Andy.
Well, how am I supposed to do that? I'm in the United States of America, and we all know what's going on there, doctor-wise.
You need to go to ZocDoc app. It's not called ZocDoc app. It's an app called ZocDoc. Although, it is also a website. So go to ZocDoc on the app or the website of ZocDoc, where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment.
If we needed this service, ZocDoc is the one that we would use.
Yeah.
You should stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/MCC to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Expert doctors who know all about things like hot hand and other real medical conditions that exist as well, in addition to hot hand.
It's a pretty cool service. Basically lets you find doctors who are sort of compatible with your insurance and book an appointment right there and then. You can often score appointments on the same day and typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking.
That's good, because going around with a hot hand, it's not ideal. I need to get this sorted right away. So I'm going to go to zocdoc.com/MCC. That's zocdoc.com/MCC. Luke, I want to email the principal of the local school about some students who are not living in the sort of catchment area for the school, but I don't want them to know it came from me. I want to be a sort of mysterious hacker figure. You know about computers. How can I do that?
You are going to need a VPN, and there's only one that I personally use and would recommend, and that one is the VPN that I call NordVPN. And that is also called that by NordVPN. It's the name they've chosen.
They call it that too.
They've called it that as well for their own service. That's the name they've chosen.
But what is a VPN, Luke? I don't know what that is.
A VPN is a super cool little piece of computer software, a little application that basically kind of steps into the middle of your internet stream and basically tells websites that you're visiting that you're located somewhere else geographically. It gives you increased security when you're browsing the web, and it also means that you can do things like watch TV and sports that are sort of based in other countries, that are aimed at other countries on online platforms. It's super useful and super cool.
That's right.
NordVPN is a VPN that I've used for ages, and it's brilliant. So yeah, go check it out.
Recommended by Luke Westaway himself.
Yes.
Knower of VPNs.
By me.
So to get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/momcan'tcook, all one word. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There is no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box. Hooray for eating good! There may be restaurants in your neighborhood, but if you want a dinner benefactor, call Mr. Factor. He'll send you lots of good food.
Whoa!
Hooray for eating good.
Bam, 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 bam. Oh my gosh. Andy, that was amazing.
That was a song I wrote about Factor, Luke. Factor.
Yeah. Look, okay, so Factor have sent us some ad copy. And they've got in here in this document that, here's a bit that you have to read. But I feel like anything we say is just going to diminish the brilliant song that you've done. So...
Well, yeah, you say that, but, I mean...
Do you think Factor might also like literally any information about what their service is?
I think they would like that. Knowing Mr. Factor, as I do.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I wrote that song about him there.
Yeah.
Max Factor, the owner of Factor. Yeah. He would probably want us to tell people that Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you.
That was so good though, Andy. I loved your song.
Thanks.
You can get 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week. It's easy to pick meals with Factor that are tailored to your goals. So why not eat smart with Factor? Get started at factormeals.com/momcan'tcook50 off and use code MOMCAN'TCOOK50OFF to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code MOMCAN'TCOOK50OFF at factormeals.com/MomCan'tCook50OFF for 50% off plus free shipping.
Hooray for eating good!
Ave Maria.
I see what you've done.
Sanctus complicita.
Trying to jump on the singing ad bandwagon, are you?
Yeah.
trying to jack my steez.
Well, I can just see here that we've got to do hymns, and I see you've misspelled it like an idiot. So I'm trying to pull things back.
You've made one of the classic blunders, Luke. You're singing hymns.
What?
As in religious songs to the glory of God.
Yes.
But what we're here to talk about, what we're here to talk about is hymns to glorify your hair.
Oh,
that's right, men. If you've lost your hair, it doesn't mean you can't find it again. Try Hims Hair Loss Solutions and you'll be joining hundreds of thousands of subscribers who found their hair again.
That's right. Men value many different things about their appearance, but if you are a guy who really cares about your hair and you find that it's slowly going away, you might be feeling discouraged when you look in the mirror, and that's where Hims comes ins. That's not what they've written. I just put a little bit of sauce on it. You're welcome.
Put a little snaz on it.
Yeah. You can get personalised hair loss solutions. You could start seeing your hair grow back in as little as 3 to 6 months.
Hims provides you with convenient and quality access to a range of hair loss treatments that work all from the comfort of your couch. It makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted options and clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
And most importantly, you can get it chewable. That's right, chewable, oral spray, serum treatments, but mostly chewable. Come on, chewable. Who doesn't want to chew stuff?
Chew on it.
Chew on it, suckers.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/momcan'tcook. That's Mom Can't Cook, all one word. HIMS.com/momcan'tcook for your personalised hair loss treatment options. hims.com/momcan'tcook.
Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
We cut to basketball training. It's drills. Heather's loving it. Heidi's hating it. They throw balls hard at each other and collide angrily.
The Phil Marshall whimsical reggae is working hard to tell us that this is fine and fun, actually. I had nothing to do with this, Heather pleads. Yeah, right, says Heidi, and they sort of fight each other more. Coach is losing control of the situation.
Sucks. Like, all his players hate each other. Heidi and Heather are openly fist fighting.
Yeah.
He has to sort of interrupt them.
Yeah.
Evil Nikki comes over and is like, hey, team rules say you get suspended for fighting. And the coach is like, shut the f*** up, Nikki.
Yeah.
I'm the worst coach in the world.
Do you know I've written coach is like STFU, Nikki?
Oh my God. I actually shortened it to STFU in my notes as well.
Oh God. Oh no. We're eventually going to be doing this podcast just entirely in sync, like the twins in
like twins
teamed.
in double teamed.
Yeah. Okay, so they run another basketball.
Pumping our legs weirdly when we podcast.
We will.
Like Heidi does here.
Yeah. One of us will have to walk around on our knees. Okay, they run another basketball play scenario, I don't know. Heather's like, I'm open to Heidi, but Heidi will never pass to her hated sister, so she dawdles and ends up passing to nowhere.
Well, she also does a weird like leg pumping move, which will become extremely important later, so we should probably mention it.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
she holds the ball and then sort of like pumps her legs back and forth, like, but doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, she like
sort of like moves from side to side.
Holds the ball, is in a crouch, kind of sways like a polar bear that's been in captivity too long. This is sort of rocking back and forth. You were supposed to get that pass, Heidi says. I don't always know what you're thinking, says Heather.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
We cut to the evil mansion. Dad is leaving. He's a sort of Patrick Bateman American Psycho.
Yeah.
Nikki runs out and is like, Dad, don't forget I have a game this afternoon. I'll do my best to be there, says this Abercrombie mannequin, and who is then loaded into a limousine and chauffeured away.
Slick business dad.
Yeah.
Score 50, says his driver to Nikki in a way that says, I'm the only father figure in your life. And we, the audience, are sad for Nikki, even though she's mean. Cut to the match. Or a match, certainly. Welcome to the 15th annual Sea Kings Red Black Inter-Squad game.
Yep.
Please be excited for that.
Evil dad isn't there.
Oh yeah, Nikki scans the crowd looking for her dad, but obviously he's not showed up. Heather and Heidi are on opposite sides for this, because it is, of course, the 15th annual Sea Kings Red Black Inter-Squad.
Yeah.
Coach gathers everyone in, even though I guess he's the coach of both teams.
Yeah. So he's giving them advice to beat the others, in earshot of the others.
Yeah.
They show a shot of the crowd. Everyone in the crowd has a brass instrument and is sort of wildly throwing their heads back and forth. It's sort of ritualistic.
Yeah, it's in some.
Like they're trying to summon something.
Like they're in some kind of reverie.
Yeah.
So the coach says, "All right, kids, listen up. This is your last chance to impress me before I make my final cuts. But there's no need to be nervous. Just go out there and play and have fun." My note is, I don't know. It seems like there's an awful lot of need to be nervous.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to cut half of you from the team. Go out there and have fun.
He says, don't worry about it. Don't be nervous. But this is a great tradition and all your friends and families are here to watch you. So they start off, Heather and Heidi are on opposite teams. They're in the tip-off against each other. They sort of trash talk each other to their face. Heather is like, you're always second best to me, you scum.
Yeah.
And then the game begins.
They're again, quite rage-filled lines. It's lace 'em up, big sis. Going to be a long night for you. I don't think so. Once second best, always second best, which I only mentioned because it's going to recur about 4 times in this film for some reason. But they're smiling and hand-slapping.
Yeah. So this is the first of many long, quite boring basketball scenes that I think we can mostly skip through.
Yes. God, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hang on. Let's bullet point it. The point of this one is the girls are both really good at basketball. And Nikki is very jealous because she used to be the star player of the team and she's not anymore.
Yeah.
Galen, the boy, stares approvingly from the bleachers at one point. And at one point we see Nikki going for a shot.
Heather is open, past the ball, says the coach, but Nikki can't take the lack of individual glory and shoots from the outside for 3. Coach calls timeout to give Nikki a bollocking. Next time, hit the open player. I'm a shooter, not a passer, says Nikki. No, you're neither. You're a ball hog with a bad attitude. Sit down, you're out of the game, he says, and she's benched.
Uh-oh, branded a ball hog.
Yeah.
This scene would be more clear if Nikki hadn't made the shot, but it's like...
I've got this note later on because the same thing happens later.
Yeah.
Every time Nikki does something selfish in basketball, she sinks like an amazing 3-pointer directly afterwards, so it always pays off massively for her.
Yeah, like so, if you're Nikki and you're like, well, I could pass it or I could just sink a 3-pointer from here.
Yeah.
She does that and coach is like, you're off the team.
You're off the team for sinking an unbelievable 3-pointer from the halfway line.
You ball hog.
You ball, yeah.
All the basketball in this film is way too nuanced.
Yeah.
It's too complicated.
To me, right, if she'd passed to Heather, Heather would have been closer and would only have scored 2 points. But she threw it from where she was and scored 3 points. That's better.
Yeah. That's better, right? I mean, I understand that she's not a team player, but it would have been more clearly communicated, I think, if Nikki had been like, I'm not going to pass, I'll go for glory, and had shot, missed it, and then it's like, well, look, your vanity, Nikki.
If you're really good at if you had a basketball player who won every tip-off and could score from the halfway line, you'd only need one player.
Yeah.
They just scored endless threes. The other team wouldn't be able to score anything because you win every tip-off.
Just Nikki is MVP. So the sisters do a bit more dialogue that reads very snippy but is delivered amicably. Nice footwork on the 3-pointer. Maybe you should take up ballet. Check the scoreboard. They say to each other.
The game continues. Heather puts the red team up by 2 points. Heidi does her stupid leg thing, but then Heather blocks the ball, winning the game. That's my girl, says Dad. So's the other one, says Motley Phillips, the mum. Nikki lurks on the bench, seething.
Yeah, simmering. Mum and Dad embrace Heather. Mum is like, you were great, Heidi. You played a great game. And Dad is like, oh, yeah. Great game to Heidi, but not convincingly. And we cut to the principal's office, Principal Wartortle.
He's spraying water out of his back jets in every direction.
He's actually not here. It's an empty office. Nikki is here, though. She slides an envelope marked confidential onto the desk and smiles in an evil way.
We cut to Principal Wartortle uses hydro pump. He's appalled at what he's learned.
Yeah. We cut to the picking of the teams. Madison makes the cut, Nikki makes the cut, Heidi makes the cut, and finally, says the coach, the best player of all time, Heather,
makes the cut.
And everyone cheers and chants for Heather.
Yeah, Galen Alderman is there, smiling. Nikki makes an evil face. We cut to the principal's office, where the principal is expelling the kids for the fact that Dad hasn't moved yet.
Principal says, I said you had 2 weeks to move and you didn't do that at all.
Yeah.
My note is, you had one job, Dad. Let's hear Dad defend himself.
You had one job.
Look, Mr. Jensen, I'm sorry. All right, I blew it. I should have looked harder. But please don't penalize my daughters for my screw-up.
They like it here. They're doing well here. Please.
All right. Find something before the Christmas holidays or don't come back after the break.
Thank you.
Mr. Burge, this time I'll be checking up on you myself. Count on it.
Look, Mr. Jensen, I'm sorry, I blew it. I should have looked harder, or at all. We haven't seen Dad do a single second of house hunting in this movie.
No, all we've seen Dad do is sort of like languish around at home, like the sad sex clown he is, sort of berating his children and like criticizing everything they do. He's like upended their lives. They've never expressed an interest even in going to college. They've never been like, I would like to go to college. And Dad's like, well, obviously you have to go to college. And I think volleyball scholarships are the best way to do it. So I'm moving your schools to one with a good volleyball program. And they're like, okay, Dad, whatever you say. And then they get there and they're like, we're going to do your plan, Dad. But in the meantime, I guess, would it be okay if I'm Tin Man and if I play basketball? And Dad's like, absolutely not. But also, yes, now you both have to do basketball.
Basketball for everyone.
Yeah.
And then the principal's like, all right, you need to move house within the next 2 weeks. And he's like, not a fucking chance.
So I put him on his arse right there.
Yeah. I put him on his arse right then, but unfortunately he used Ice Beam, and I am weak to ice attacks.
I am a clown-type Pokemon. That's such a weak to everything.
Everything is super effective on clowns. It's just me and Mr. Mime. No one else wants to be in
our asses kicked. Okay, so there was weirdly, because at this point you're like, oh boy, finally at this point in the film, here comes the drama, because how are they going to move house? And we cut to a sold sign on the house of the family driving away.
Turns out it was easy.
What? Oh, it was easy, turns out.
Yeah.
Dad says, well, and then doesn't say anything else. Good job, Dad.
We cut to their new home. They're moving into an apartment complex called Sandy Shore. It's Sandy Shores, he says. They're missing an H.
They're missing an H. It's right by a bowling alley. The place is a dive. It's better inside, Dad shouts. Oh, Mom, Heidi says, bereft. Mom shakes her head as if to say, I hate everything that's happening here, but I'm merely a passenger in the ride that is my life.
Yeah.
You know, says Dad, the girls haven't spoken to me since we stopped unloading. And Mom is like, that surprises you?
Yeah.
And Dad says, look, Mary, we can't afford a house like our old one in this school district that I've insisted we move into.
We can't afford to live in this school district that I've insisted we move to. Wasn't their old school he said their old school was a private school.
Small private school, yeah.
So and this new one is just a regular high school. So are they not saving money on fees?
Yeah, must be saving a fortune. I don't know. Like, couldn't you rent for a bit until the heat's off and then move? I don't know. You know what? It doesn't matter. Dad says, I could use a little support here, Mary, which is hilarious. Mom says, we could live in a box for all I care, as long as my family is happy. So if you want my support, do something about it.
They argue about this, and she's like, oh, you're all these things to these girls, like a coach and a cheerleader, but they have all of those things. What they could use is a little more father. And he's like, I said, absolutely not. And I put her on her ass.
I put her on her ass right there. She said, please be a father to these girls. I'll pay you a fortune. I said,
no way. Will it detract from the time I spend with them? She went, no, the exact opposite of that. I said, no way.
No way, man. So outside, Heidi finds Heather on the swings, risking her life by being outside in this hellhole.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi says that she's sorry for lying to Nikki, which I guess is what ostensibly landed them in this situation, although actually it was their dad. And also for being mad about the basketball.
If she hadn't lied to Nikki, maybe they'd still have their house.
Yeah.
The school would have found out sooner or later, says Heather. So how did they find out that Nikki did it? Did she tell them?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
That would be quite a Nikki move.
I guess it would be quite a Nikki move, but it would also be quite a principal move to check that the thing you insisted happen had happened.
Yeah.
So it could have been nothing to do with Nikki. Maybe the principal never opened that letter from Nikki. Maybe the letter from Nikki was just like, hey, I'm a bit shy around Heather and Heidi, but I want to be friends with them. Can you like help me be friends?
Yeah, what actually happened was the principal was like, well, 2 weeks are up. I'll see if they've moved. Oh, they haven't. Yeah. Well, I'll expel the kids then.
A note in my calendar here that I put in 2 weeks ago. Good job I made that. I could easily have forgotten. Yes, you did move house, didn't you? Oh, wait, you didn't.
You didn't. All right, well, okay. I'll have to transfer you to another school then. That's how these things work. All right, next thing in my diary, I'm to fire Aquajet at Mr. Mime. All right, I'll get on that now.
It's super effective. Okay, Heidi also says that she's sorry for being mad at Heather about the basketball thing. Mom told me it was all Dad's idea, which is so funny. I knew how much you wanted to be in that play, says Heather, and I never would have done anything to mess that up. I know that now, says Heidi. Dad knew that as well.
He knew how much he wanted to be in it, because you told him to his face several times in those exact words.
But anyway, they reaffirm to each other that they are sisters and best friends. Heather's like, I'll play you one-on-one for the only bed, and they do some friendly teasing, and then Phil Marshall's classic reggae kicks in as the twins play basketball.
They hoop it up old school.
Heidi does her weird
leg thing.
She says it's her version of the Ali Shuffle. So, fine.
Now you see it, now you get knocked out. And then she goes round Heather with it, dunks the ball, and then says face, which is an insult from the sort of late 90s that I've sort of forgotten existed, but I really like. I like doing something and then going face to people. face. Great. Going to bring it back. Let's all start saying face.
Let's all start saying face to each other. Can we all just start being a little bit more aggressive to each other? Just in a casually aggressive to each other.
Can you imagine, like, you walk into a pret-a-manger and you and another customer, you've picked up your sandwiches at the same time. They're slightly ahead of you walking to the till.
Yeah.
And then you sort of pick up the pace, you dart in front of them, and now you're at the front of the queue and you turn around and you go, face!
Face! Yeah. Oh, you're waiting to pick up the coffee. And they're like, oat latte, and you both move forward for the same coffee. And then the barista's like, oh, this one's for you. Yours is next. And you get your coffee first. You spin round,
and then you turn around, spin on your heel.
Face.
Yeah,
you put them on their ass.
Yeah. So, they play all night, shooting hoops and loving it. At school the next day, they are liking each other.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the Redondo Hillbillies, says Nikki. We moved, says one of the girls. Get used to it. There goes the neighborhood, says Nikki. It's just a brutal energy on this team.
Teammates don't do this to each other, the twins say. So what if we're not rich like you guys? And the team all roll their eyes. Madison says, it has nothing to do with that. You lied to us. Teammates don't do that either.
Yeah.
My note, OMG, who cares? They're like...
Okay, the way I've written this is, teammates don't do that either, says the friend of Nikki, brackets, character name unknown. So, well done for getting the name.
It's Madison. Popular character Madison.
Fine.
So, oh my God, imagine you were on a team with someone and they were like, yes, we live in a large house and our family is well off. And then, weeks later, it turned out that was a lie. I don't think you would be like, you lied to us.
You lied to us, and teammates don't do that.
Teammates don't do that.
Teammates would never do that.
How can I pass to you, trusting that you'll catch the ball, not knowing?
How do I know your hands aren't a lie? How do I know the ball won't pass through them like smoke?
I mean, you lied about the social status of your family. What else is a lie?
What else is? Are you going to tell me? You're going to tell me you're not Count Rodolfo?
Am I a brain in a jar, Heather? Am I?
Wait a minute. If Count Rodolfo isn't real, does that mean we won't spend this summer speedboating around Lake Como? I am sorry, Madison. It was not meant to be.
Just imagining Count Rodolfo driving the jet ski with his cape billowing out. And Nikki steals a glance under the cape as it billows and notices two long legs.
Two long womanly legs.
On the end of those boating shoes.
he's wearing a sort of very summery outfit, a sort of short sleeve shirt and crisp chinos and boating shoes, but for some reason he's still wearing the cape. Yeah. Like, surely there's no need for the cape, signor. It is a very warm day. No, I shall wear the cape. It is It is a symbol of office of count. I must wear it. If Rodolfo was a lie, what else is a lie? What else? I can't believe anything anymore.
So they practice. Nobody will pass to Heather and Heidi because they lied about the wealth of their family. Ah! Yells the coach. Then the coach stops them all and he writes the word team on the chalkboard.
Yeah.
He bollocks them for their failings. Nikki won't pass. Madison's making wild shots like Wiley Earp. And then Madison says, it's Wyatt. And then everyone laughs for ages.
The team is unified in dunking on their stupid coach.
Yeah, you can't even get the name of Wyatt Earp correct. I've got half a mind, says coach, to tear up that invitation. All the girls are like,
what invitation? What do you mean? What invitation?
No, you wouldn't be interested at all in the invitation, says coach.
It's just a grand basketball tournament in a little city called New York. Needless to say, the girls all fall about themselves.
Yep.
They can't believe.
They lose their minds. The coach is like, no way. It'd be like throwing you to the lions with the form that you're in. I mean, unless you're willing to learn to play as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls were all like, we'll do it. We'll play as a team if it means we get to
do
go
it
to
for New York.
FAO Schwartz. But
here's the deal, girls. You're all going to have to pay some of your own way, says the coach. Yes, just put all the money into this sack. And the trip to New York will materialize soon. I've just got to go down to the travel agent and book everything. Car sound, plane sound.
So long.
Nikki's like, well, of course, money's no problem for me. How about you two povos? And they're like, yeah, we'll do it.
And then we cut to a yacht. The twins are hosing and scrubbing it down, while Phil Marshall reggae goes absolutely ham for about the seventh time in the film.
Unbelievably, the most Phil Marshall music you've ever heard plays in the background.
I think at this point, like we've heard so much of it. I think I've identified what makes it Phil Marshall. It's like it's reggae. But there is an absolutely unceasing like country guitar line,
right?
Like going over the top, like a you know, like but over this kind of like
like the Teletubbies bass line, but with a sort of country and western. Lead guitar part over it.
Yeah, and it's only, I mean, I would never normally think that hard about it. I would just let it wash over me as intended, but we've just listened to so much Phil Marshall.
Unfortunately, we've listened to so much of it, yeah. So the girls have made $50, but they're still 20 short because going to New York costs $70. We've hit up every place in town for donations. Maybe not every place.
Wait, hang on. I don't want to breeze past when they say that they've hit up every spot in town for donations, and Dad said he wasn't going to spot us anymore, which is hilarious to me that Dad, having got them into this situation, is like, I'm not giving you $20.
$20 to go to New York to play in a basketball tournament.
No way. I don't see how that will further my aim. It's like all of the things you've done. And now you won't give them $20 to go to New York. It's like, hey, Dad, I would rather be doing drama, but I'm being flown to New York to play basketball. I imagine it's a big tournament. Some scouts will be there. Oh, you'd like my $20, wouldn't you?
The bank of Dad gets hit up again, is it?
Yeah.
Well, make your own money. I can't. I spend all my time practicing basketball because you make me. Oh, you should have thought of that before I made you spend all your time practicing basketball.
Yeah. Why don't you go wash a yacht?
Anyway, I put her on her ass.
So, yeah, maybe not everywhere. Oh, my God. Okay.
So they say, okay, we haven't hit up everywhere for donations. And then we smash cut to the Carnival of the Damned.
They continue on that. Okay.
We cut to Dr. Oddfellow's travelling circus.
Okay, they say, maybe not every place. Okay, here's what we know. It's taking place in a street.
Yeah.
And it is a carnival. A 12-year-old boy in shorts is playing a big drum.
Yeah.
Some sort of mime is playing an accordion.
A man on stilts sort of lurches into the camera and goes, blah,
blah. We see the twins doing a tap dance in straw hats up and down some stairs for loose change.
Yeah.
That is it.
That's the entirety of the scene.
If you can piece together from the clues that the film has given you so far where they are and what's happening, well done. Whereabouts in America are they?
They're in California. they fly out of
that's
LAX
no help.
to New York, and they were in Redondo Beach, so Southern California.
Is it like
the way it's presented?
Venice
it's
Beach
presented,
or
It's not. I mean, it's not. They don't see the ocean. They're not oceanfront.
No. Is it like a?
There's stairs. There's like a big flight of stairs.
There's a big flight of stairs. And what's going on with why the tap dancing with... It presents it as if tap dancing with big straw hats is a traditional, of course, they're doing the...
Street art.
They're doing the flurby-derb.
It's presented like Madlantis, the pirate kingdom from the most recent Like a Dragon game. It's basically we're in Tortuga now, and we're just sort of dancing for pennies from the drunken pirates that frequent this island. Where is this? What's going on? Why is there a fire-breathing stilt walker? What's this sort of carnival?
This has the feeling to me of something that was part of the real-life twins' life story. Like the filmmakers felt obligated to include it because it was a nice touch of drama. Like they talked to Heidi and Heather and they said, "Oh, we were so into basketball, we were so desperate to... Sometimes we would even have to... do blah, blah, blah,
to the pirate island of Tortuga.
To Pirate Island of Tortuga and put on our straw hats and tap dance up and down a flight of stairs for pennies."
For $20.
And the filmmakers are like, well, we've got to include that. But then when it came to it, they were like, oh, well, there's no time for any context. So it'll just... I reckon someone will listen to this, maybe someone from Southern California.
Say, those are the famous dancing steps in Redondo Beach. Yeah,
it's
they're
the famous Redondo Carnival of Hell. Yeah,
the famous dark carnival of Redondo.
And what they're doing is they're doing the famous Redondo step, where you do a Redondo tap. It's supposed to keep the devil away.
Yeah, it's a tradition. If you see twins doing it, you have to give them $20.
You have to give them 20. You have to send them to New York.
Yeah, it gives the devil.
Yeah, because
won't come back for 2 years if twins do it.
It sends the devil to New York.
And then you have to send the twins to bring him back.
Yeah. It's just the most bizarre thing, especially because it comes right after they say, well, maybe not every place, and you're totally braced for a character you've met, like Nikki's house.
Oh, you two
I thought it was going to be Nikki's dad or something.
Yeah, just rob Nikki's dad.
Yeah.
Hide in his limo and beat his ass when he gets in and take his money. I don't know. Don't smash cut to the dark carnival. Don't...
We smash cut to the carnival.
The men have been icebound for months. We must put on entertainments for them. Well, we've got these two women who'll dance down the stairs in a straw hat.
Capital.
Give them $20.
Send them to New York. Okay, so we cut to LAX. The team is boarding. Nikki collects her first-class tickets. The girls, however, must suffer in economy.
There's a whole bit about a sneezing woman that's not interesting or funny enough to talk about. We cut to the tournament. It's the East Coast Prep Holiday Tournament. Heather is impressing on the court.
Hilariously,
she scores
for such a big thing that's been built up to. We cut straight to the very end of the tournament, and they lose.
Yeah. They lose because Heather scores a basket, the entire team starts celebrating, but the game isn't over yet, and so the other team go and easily score at the other end and win. And that was the last shot of the game, and they lose by 2 points.
Oh my God. Okay, and then the coach is like, chins up, everyone. We beat a lot of good teams this week. This week? This should have been the whole
There was
film.
a week of we beat a lot of good teams this week, but we didn't have what it took to win it all.
We didn't have what it took to keep playing until the end of the game.
We didn't have what it took to play another 4 seconds of basketball.
Anyway, some random old dude wanders up and it says, for the first time in the history of the tournament, the MVP award goes to a player not on the winning team, and gives the award to Heather. This is weird. I think the MVP award must go to a player on the winning team, or it's a mockery of the MVP award itself, surely.
Yep.
The idea you were the most valuable player, not valuable enough for your team to win, but...
Yeah, you were really carrying these pieces of trash. Anyway, here's your trophy.
Yeah.
So she gets that. She's crying sad tears.
Heather's gutted. She cannot handle this failure. No. We cut to later. They just sort of wander the frozen streets of New York. Mm-hmm. We cut to outside the Capitol Theatre, Heidi lingers outside a theatre, just absorbing the atmosphere of anything that's even tangentially related to drama, which is her one true passion that her father has forced her to abandon.
Yeah, her friend Zoe wanders out of the theatre and is like, oh, hey, that's a coincidence. I'm here watching The Nutcracker. It's good. It's about a sexual nutcracker.
Yeah.
You should see it. And she's like, I can't watch it. I've got to go to the airport now. And she was like, oh, well, The Wizard of Oz turned out okay, except that the Tin Man costume was too big for Marvin. I've written, have they not spoken at all in like the last 6 months?
No, I guess not. I also like that Heidi couldn't even go and see the play.
She didn't go and watch the play either, yeah.
She couldn't even go and see her friend Zoe in the play.
No, she hasn't. The second she resigned from the play, she cut all contact with her, destroyed her phone, snapped the SIM card in half, and didn't go and watch the play either.
Dad would be livid if he knew about this New York coincidental meeting.
Yeah.
You bumped into who? Into Zoe? Did she spark an interest in theatre?
Oh my god. All right, okay, think, man, think. All right, you're taking up golf.
Wait a minute. A random dad has just told me that there are theatre scholarships. That's it. You're doing Heather, you are also doing theatre.
You're doing Uncle Vanya next week.
Cut all ties with your new friends.
Never contact a basketball player.
There's something else, says Zoe. I'm going to drama camp this summer. You should think about going. You're really good. The team is all met at the airport back in California by their loving parents. We see Nikki stroll dejectedly past this happy gaggle to her chauffeur. Dad is still in Chicago, the driver says, but he said to tell you how sorry he was he couldn't be here. And Nikki sits down.
The funniest thing about this whole thing is that the girls are being welcomed home. Dad grabs the MVP trophy out of Heather's hand before she's even off the escalator. He's like on a balcony overlooking the escalator, reaches over and grabs the MVP trophy. My trophy!
Look at this, Scouts.
And then he scurries away in through a side hatch and is never seen again. But yes, Nikki has been abandoned by Patrick Bateman, and he's not here.
Yeah. Heather and Heidi spot her looking sad.
Yeah, she sits defeated. Heather and Heidi come over and talk to her. Heidi's reluctant. She thinks that Nikki is evil, but she's dragged there by Heather. She turned us in, she says. She's not on my Christmas list. But they go over.
Yeah.
And Heather's like, no, I want to do something nice for Nikki. I think it's obvious she's in a bad place and I want to help her out. So she walks up to Nikki and she goes, what's the deal with your dad?
He's in Chicago. In business. Surprise, surprise. There goes another Christmas.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Look, I'm the one that should be saying that. I've been riding you guys pretty hard. I guess I just got a little crazy when I wasn't the star of the team anymore.
You know, we know this place that serves a late-night Christmas dinner. Want to join us?
I don't know.
Ready, Nikki?
Beats going home to an empty mansion.
You want to take the limo? It's paid for.
Cool.
Okay, very disappointingly, the limo takes them to the Heidi and Heather family Christmas, sort of. This is absolutely bizarre. Okay, so we cut to the three girls at the breakfast bar of the family home.
Of their tiny little rat-infested rat motel.
Dad is cooking. It's Dad's infamous bacon, bean and cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, he's making bacon, bean and cheese toasties in a Breville.
Yeah.
It's a holiday tradition, says Heather. The recipe belongs in the grave, says Mum. For some reason.
Who's ready for another one? Says Dad, and everyone says no. And instead, they say they're going to go and practice some hoops. And then, the wildest thing to include in your film, Dad says, but it's 1 a.m. What? It's 1 a.m.? It's 1 a.m. and you're all sat up at the breakfast bar eating bacon, bean and cheese sandwiches? Why is the whole family awake? Why is Dad cooking bacon, bean and cheese sandwiches at 1 a.m.? Why is Nikki here? Why is Nikki awake at 1 a.m. eating bacon, bean and cheese sandwiches?
Yeah. Isn't her uncle worried about her that she hasn't come home? Her uncle who's there, right?
Her uncle who's
he exists.
Also, the chauffeur is like, I was supposed to take you back to your mansion to eat pizza by yourself, but
I've driven you to a random apartment at 1 a.m.
At 1 a.m.
And I guess I'm sitting outside the apartment in the limo waiting for you to finish.
I guess. It's just, why make it 1 a.m.? It doesn't have to be 1 a.m. It just makes the whole thing so unwholesome.
He says it's 1 a.m. and then the girls say, we're committed players. And then Nikki makes eye contact with Dad and says, committed to not barfing.
Nice.
Right in his face. He's like, come on, I'm making you toasties at 1 a.m. It's rude.
Stop doing that because it's weird.
In my house.
So Mum says, do you want to clean the kitchen? No. Go to bed, you maniac.
It's 1 a.m.
Clean it
in the morning.
In the morning. You should not have cooked at 1 a.m. But now that you have, clean it in the morning.
So they go outside for midnight hooping. You're lucky to live here, says Nikki, because you have a mum who loves you and a dad who's more interested in you than his own thing. Debatable.
You're catching him on a good day, the twins say. Bear in mind, a good day is making them horrible sandwiches at 1 a.m.
I thought maybe if I was the best on the team, he'd want to be around more, says Nikki. Star of a crummy high school team. No wonder he doesn't give a rip. Brackets, 80s slang, don't look it up.
Face. So then
Alderman Galen wanders up with his alderman's robes and chains of office. It's 1 a.m. He says, I live here and sleep here. So, why are you waking me up with hooping? The girls are all excited about this sexual hunk who looks like a young Gary Busey.
Yeah, he's come out at 1 a.m. He's wearing his sportswear. Yeah, he says, I live here and sleep here when people aren't keeping me awake. Then he produces the missing H from the Sandy Shores sign and uses it to sort of prop up the busted basketball hoop.
Yeah, like level the hoop.
Galen says to the girls that he's not surprised they lost in the finals. He's seen some of their games and they don't play like a team. This is a mean thing to say, but he says it nice to avoid any drama.
He says it nice and sexfully, so they love it.
Yeah.
I can give you pointers, he says. For starters, knock off your screwy shots, Nikki. You're a passer like Magic Johnson. And then he's like to the girls, he says, and you, I've noticed that you have twin telepathy. And they're like, yes.
Yes, we do. He says, what's up with that twin thing? Also, Nikki, who is like sinking these incredible 3-pointers, as we've established.
Yeah,
he's like
told to stop doing that.
He's like, Nikki, don't do that anymore. You're a passer like Magic Johnson. And Nikki goes, Magic? I like that. And that's all it takes to convince Nikki to abandon her dreams
convince Nikki to stop doing unbelievable somersault windmill dunks
magic
on the regs.
Well, I like magic. And Galen just told me to do it. So I guess that's that. He says, what's with this freaky twin thing? He likes how one of them will pass to nowhere and suddenly the other one shows up. And he says that he thinks that's cool. So that's a good tip.
Twin telepathy. They start doing sort of practice. He says 3 passes and then you can shoot. So they're practicing. Phil Marshall's going nuts in the background.
Yeah. They do this thing where like Galen sets them up for a play, but then the twins keep moving around to the wrong place on purpose so that Galen has to come and keep putting his hands on them to gently sort of move them back into place. And they're like, hee, Galen's touching me.
Yeah.
Because they like Galen. Smash cut 2, something else. The team playing a basketball game, having achieved cohesion.
Yeah, they put into action all their learnings and are doing well. Heidi's got a hot hand.
Yeah. They only need one more point as the game closes. Dad is in the crowd. He unhelpfully and unkindly shouts, work it to Heather! Give it to your money player!
Yes, so good.
Nice, Dad. Nice,
There's
Dad.
2 seconds left on the clock. The opposition coach calls a timeout and uses the timeout to assault the referee. So now the girls get 2 free shots. Give it to the hot hand, says Dad. Give it to the money player. Give it to Heather, the best one. He's shouting from the crowd. He's wearing 2 big foam fingers that say Heather, a big hat that says Heather. He's holding up a sign that says Heather is my favourite.
I hate Heidi. So Heather's like, I can make it, Coach. Coach is like, I don't want this to go into overtime. I want to win this right now. So we go with our best. And Heather's like, yes, I know that's me. And Coach says, not so fast, Heather. And then explains the play.
Heidi, you're going to take the free throws.
Me?
Now listen, after Heidi makes the free throws, we get the ball back. Now, Nikki, you take it out, inbound it to Heidi. Heidi, you hang on to that ball. 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. Make them follow you. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Come on, girls. Get in here. Okay, Sea Kings on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sea Kings!
Okay, this is a really good example of the coach explaining something that I don't understand.
Like, is hot hand like a medical condition or... I don't know. Is it like in... So I know in NBA Jam, when you do a good dunk, like the ball catches fire? Is that because you've got a hot hand?
I guess it's because your hand is so hot. I guess it just means you're on good form. You've got a hot hand.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't understand, because don't they have a foul? So don't they get 2 free shots? So wouldn't it be better to have the person who's better at taking... I don't know. If this would make more sense if the coach had said, not so fast, Heather. Heidi's doing really well, and I think we should give her a chance.
Yeah.
That would be enough. That would be fine. Because the coach is a good guy. We like the coach. He's trying to give Heidi a fair shake, even though Dad isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just very confusing. I don't understand what's happening. And the twins both have this face that says like that they're sick with guilt.
Yeah.
It's like there was a scene that was taken out of this movie where they run someone over and hide the body.
They had to bury a sex clown in the desert.
There's something that's been removed that would have put this scene into a proper context. Anyway, forget about that, because brilliantly, Dad sees that his daughter Heidi is lining up to take a shot and sprints onto the court to try and stop this.
The court. He complains to the coach about letting his bad daughter take the throws instead of his good daughter.
He says, no, coach. She's not ready for this. He pleads, he begs. He says, let Heather shoot.
Heather's the money player. She's carried this team all season.
And coach is like...
You're right, says the coach, but right now it's Heidi with the hot hand, and you've got a hot head. So go back to the bleachers and sit down.
Yeah, coach, in short, he's like, please f*** off.
Dad pulls the coach close, like hot whiskey breath on his face, and he says, do not blow this.
Yeah, do not blow this. Heidi steps up. Everyone chants. She is scared. Nikki's like, you can do it. Something that the dad won't say. Heidi lines up.
Dad rolls his eyes in the crowd.
Yeah, like, oh, can't believe that. Heidi, you got to be kidding me.
Settle in for a show, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, the big production. So Heidi goes to take the shot and misses, but then she gets to do it again, because I think that's how basketball works. The crowd is now sort of jeering, the noise and the pressure are immense, and she scores. See, I told you, says Mom to Dad, who shakes his head in disbelief.
This isn't the end of the game, though,
No.
because of basketball reasons I don't understand that sort of drain the drama from this situation.
Yeah.
So the game restarts, Heidi wastes time for a little bit, and then the game ends and the girls win.
But again, this would be a perfect opportunity to just make it so, like, no, Heather, I think we should give Heidi a shot. She's been playing well all day. Dad's like, no, Heather is better. And then Heidi makes the shot and it goes in. And that's the end of the match. It's a buzzer beater. Mm-hmm. It's more satisfying to watch. It's more narratively clear. I sort of appreciate, like, if you're a basketball fan, there's probably lots more to enjoy, like, in this movie than I'm getting. But
dramatic situations, I bet.
It's impenetrable. It would be like if Right on Track, like, instead of saying, like, oh, she's going much faster and she's won.
Yeah.
It would be like if someone was like, oh, she switched to the mediums, but the track's cooling. And of course, they and this race, they're using the Pirelli C3s. And I'm watching, knowing about tyre compounds, and I'm like, oh man, this is good. And everyone else is going, this film is shatteringly dull.
Unbelievably, it's catastrophically boring. Yeah, because it is.
Yes.
But the girls have won. Heidi runs over and hugs her dad, and he says, I gotta tell you, I had my doubts.
Oh, Dad.
Unbelievable.
Like, let's just look at that sentence.
I gotta tell you, I had my doubts.
I gotta tell you. Did you have to, though, Dad? I gotta tell you.
Tell her.
Did you have to tell her, Dad? I don't think you did. Some thoughts are okay to keep in your head, Dad.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Heidi, I had my doubts.
Here's something else you could say instead of that. Well done, I'm proud of you.
Well done, I'm proud of you. But no, he says, I had my doubts. And then he says, I told you this is where your future is. And he walks off with Heidi, his new favourite. Heather looks
Heather
sad.
looks miserable.
Yeah. Later, I suppose probably at 1 a.m. or 5 a.m., she and Galen are practising outside. He badly wants to go to bed and go to sleep, but Heather's like, no, I have to be perfect for
nuts.
Dad.
She's like aggressively hooping on her. He's like, you're going to wear yourself out before the finals. No one's making you stay. She screams and then like dunks on him. She goes for another shot, jumps in the air, lands and shatters her ankle into a million pieces.
Yeah, she lands sideways painfully. Her leg snaps cleanly in two. She's like, ah!
Mum sees this putting away some laundry that she's doing at 1 a.m. She runs over. She sees Galen crouching over her stricken daughter. I didn't mean to, he stammers. It was the only way I could get her attention. Brackets question mark.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, says Mum immediately.
This made me rewind the thing to be like, did Galen accidentally
something?
hurt her? But he didn't. Galen's nowhere near her. She jumps in the air, lands on her ankle, it snaps, and then Mum runs over, and Galen says, I didn't mean to, I just couldn't get her attention, which makes it sound like he broke her ankle on purpose because she wasn't listening to him or something.
And then Mum goes, it's not your fault.
It's not your
immediately
fault.
To
It's
Galen.
not your fault, Galen. I'm sure she wasn't giving you her attention.
Yeah. Galen, I was doing the laundry, didn't see what happened, and all I've seen is you crouching over my stricken daughter at 1 a.m.
I didn't mean to.
But it wasn't your fault.
I didn't mean to. I couldn't get her attention. It's fine, Galen.
I didn't mean to.
You're a
didn't
good
mean
boy.
to. The voices told me to do it.
So Heather is inconsolable. She sobs, all the scouts are going to be at the game tomorrow. Dad's going to be really mad. She's later dragged past Dad by Mum and Galen. I'm so sorry, Dad, she sobs.
Yeah.
Dad looks
I
confused.
blew it. I really blew it, she says. And then Dad replies, oh no, Heather, it's... ...
It's ... Heidi who will be the focus of my attention now.
In her room, Heather's ankle is iced. Mum gives her a talk, a DCOM parent talk. You played a good game. Not good enough, says Heather. Scoreboard says you won, unless you're keeping score another way, she asks.
Heather confesses, it's not fair, Mum. Basketball was my thing, and now Heidi is doing well at it. So she had a better night, says Mum. She's a better player, screams Heather.
Yeah.
Mum is like, I don't know about that, but there'll always be someone better. And then she tells a story about when she was a girl, and she used to like swimming, and a girl called Emily kicked her ass up and down town.
She had a swimming nemesis who she barely ever thinks about anymore. Anyway, her name was Emily Nybo, and she beat her by 103 yards.
Yeah, she kicked my ass.
But I never think about her at all. I don't think about her ever.
She says, do you love to play basketball? And Heather says, of course, of this hobby that she only picked up at the school that her dad made her go to because she stopped playing volleyball, which her dad was making her play. I love it.
The sport that forced her to move into a sort of roach motel of a horrible apartment where she has to play basketball at 1 a.m. with local youths.
And Dad says, well then, play it for that reason and not because you have to beat your sister or live up to what your dad wants you to do. Mm-hmm. And as she leaves, Heather says, Mum, why did you quit swimming? She says, because Emily kicked my ass up and down.
I couldn't take another beating by Emily.
She says, because I found something I loved more, being a mum.
Yeah.
So,
and then Walt Disney turns to the camera and says, hearing this, women?
You're writing this down.
This WNBA is very trendy now, but I hold no truck with any of it.
Yes. I think you'll find something you love a lot more, being mums.
Producing children, strong children,
strong
for
children
the United States Army.
Strong children for the Walt Disney Army.
To further the Walt Disney Corporation's interests at home and abroad. Yes.
For God's sake. We cut to the next match. I think this is indeed the big final match.
The big match. Heather's on crutches. A crushing blow to the Sea Kings.
Yeah.
The Pokemon-themed basketball team.
Yep.
The coach is talking to the scouts. Heidi, you're just going to have to carry us this time. You can do it. The game starts. The crowd all have tridents and signs that say, we rule the sea, which I found very funny. Like all basketball games, one team scores at one end, and then the other team scores at the other end, and it goes on and on like that forever.
So it really just depends on who scores the first one, doesn't it?
Yeah, you just go back and
it's
forth.
It's like noughts and crosses. It's just whoever goes first.
Whoever gets the centerpiece, yeah. But suddenly, Heidi starts getting double teamed.
Yes, she does. So, by the way, Nikki is scanning the crowd, presumably for her dad, but it's filmed a little bit like the Bourne Identity, like she's scanning for snipers.
Like assassins are going to come in, going to swing in on a grapnel and get it.
Galen is in the crowd as well. My note is that there's no drama here, really. Like, there are no stakes beyond the ones that also apply to everyone. It's like, it's just very, very boring for a sports DCOM. It's like, why do they have to win this game? Because I guess the scouts are here. But it's not even clear that that's what the girls want. They're not pursuing a dream against adversity. And also, the scouts are here for everyone else on this team and on the opposing team. It's like, this is just normal. Everything's just normal.
They've also made it really clear that it's extremely early in the girls' school career for them to be scouted.
Yes. Why? This isn't like a last chance saloon.
No, the other dad at the start, the dad from The Luck of the Irish, said it's illegal for scouts to talk to the girls at this point in their school career.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is their last chance to be scouted. This is their literal first chance to be scouted. So it doesn't really matter all that much. Anyway, none of the team can pass to Heidi because she's simply too double-teamed.
Yeah, that double team on Heidi Burge has just shut down Palos Verdes, says the commentator. Heidi can't catch a break. I don't really understand this because it's not even clear. Like, the team doesn't need to win this match.
No.
Except that I suppose it's good to win any sports match, and we're ostensibly supposed to be rooting for them.
Yeah.
So I guess we want them to win. But, like, can't the scouts see that the other team can only win by putting all their players on Heidi and double teaming her? Like, surely that's good. Like, do the scouts need to see...
She must be good because they're all double teaming her right now.
Yeah. Do the scouts need... Why? None of this feels important.
No.
Like, it's so boring. It's so dull. Ugh.
So
Anyway.
the basic thing that's happening is Heidi is simply too double teamed to play basketball.
Also, listener, don't worry. Something unbelievably stupid is going to happen in the near future, so don't worry.
So Dad walks in through a side hatch with Nikki's evil dad and clearly loudly goes, "Oh my God," when he sees the scoreboard. It's amazing. Guess who finally showed up, says Heather. Knew he'd be here with some scout. That's no scout. It's my dad, says Nikki. She waves and is happy. And then, filled with this dad-watching energy, Nikki starts hooping like crazy.
Yeah, she waves at her dad, who is like, clap, 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 I'm glad your mother birthed you. Heidi passes to Nikki, who scores again. Nikki Williams is on fire, the commentator says. Then Heidi scores. This is exactly what teamwork does. Nikki and Heidi are bringing their team back from behind, says the commentator.
I've written lol to that statement. The best teamwork I've ever seen. These two individual players carrying the entire team.
Yeah, it's so good.
The scores are tied now.
Yeah, it switches to a musical montage that charts all the great teamwork.
Yeah, there's more basketball. There's shots of the coach with his head in his hands. A single frame of a clown with a foam finger lunging into the camera is shown.
This montage ends unintentionally hilariously with a bed drop. Now, Andy, would you care to explain what a bed drop is to the folks at home?
Yes, so a bed drop is when you have music underneath something and you cut the music out to sort of accentuate like a punchline. It's generally used for comedy, but it can be used for drama as well if you want a sudden moment of drama or comedy.
Yeah. It's a risky thing for us to explain because bed drops are the foundation stone of like online comedy videos. And
yes,
now that we've told you that, you'll notice
you can have a very successful career as an online video personality.
And now you'll stop laughing when you hear one and you'll go, oh, a bed drop. So, yeah, ruined. So this bed drop occurs when Nikki is fouled and slams painfully into the bottom of the hoop, like in a crunched up bone heap. It is unfortunately quite funny, I think.
Yeah, she collides with the hoop pole. My left arm is numb, she says. Dad stands and looks at this American psychole.
He's visibly emotionally invested in his daughter's well-being all of a sudden. My note is, we stan a kingly dad. Look at him. He cares if his daughter is hurt or not.
His noble bearing is so good.
Best.
If she can't go, coach, we need another foul shooter, but that means she's out, says the ref. I can do it, says Nikki, if you don't mind a one-armed player. Coach, stall as long as you can, says Heather, and then slowly and painfully crutches out of the room. It takes about 10 minutes for her to get to the door.
It is so slow. We see her get to the gymnasium door and like slowly shoulder it open and like sort of tumble through.
Fall through and shatter her other ankle.
The coach watches this for a very long time and then goes, okay, right. Okay. He says, okay, Nikki, take the shot, even though you said you've only got one arm. Then we'll call a timeout straight away once play resumes with our team in control.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what does this mean?
I don't understand this.
What does any of this mean?
Look, they do that. They do that and then call timeout, timeout, timeout. The commentator helpfully says, looks like there's time for one last play. And the coach lays it all on the line.
Yeah.
We're down by one, he says. There's 7 seconds left. Enough time for one last shot. Unless, of course, it's like in the last tournament where there was 4 seconds left and we lost. Suddenly, we cut to total darkness. It's the corridor outside the gymnasium. Inspiring but tentative Phil Marshall music starts to play. We see, suddenly, spotlight. Heather, she centers herself, takes a deep breath, lays aside her crutches, and opens the door to the gymnasium.
Mm-hmm.
The entire hall falls to stunned silence. Galen stands up. Heather limps forward onto the court. She's wearing her basketball gear. Heidi begins a slow clap, which turns into a room-filling cheer. Coach beams from ear to ear, loving the thought of putting this injured teen into the game so that she can do herself permanent injury.
Hey, don't worry about her. She can't hurt us, the opposition coach shouts.
She's not real, only Heidi is real.
She's her Tyler Durden, he explains.
So Heidi is like, Heather, needless to say, you're the bravest hero in all of basketball, but what the is the plan here exactly?
Yeah.
And Heather explains the plan.
Heather says that Heidi will simply be too double-teamed to do anything.
Yeah.
So they have to put her in.
Let's hear it explained by Heather.
What do you think you're doing? Everybody in the building knows they're getting you the ball for the last shot. They're going to have defenders all over you. So put me in, coach.
That's a good idea, but you can't even walk, let alone put up a jump shot.
I don't have to shoot. I'll be a decoy. Maybe I can even pull a few defenders off Heidi.
You know what? This just might work. All right, listen up. This is what we're going to do. Okay, Madison, you inbound the ball. You get it to Nikki. Nikki, you work it around to Heather at the high post. Now, Heather, if they come out and guard you, you hit the open player. But if they don't, you're going to have to take the shot. Okay? Now, come on, girls. We can do this. Let's win this thing. Let's go.
If you ask me, I think the coach is the real hero here for coming up with a strategy where you win even when a fifth of your players are unable to move.
It's like the beach scene in Saving Private Ryan. They're all just all rolling around.
So the enemy coach shouts, "Number 30, brackets Heather, can't hurt us. Stay on 21, brackets Heidi."
Yeah.
Nikki gets the ball to Heather. Nobody rushes to defend her, perhaps not wanting to be responsible for a steal that leaves her unable to walk unaided.
She holds the ball. She looks at the clock. There's 6 seconds left. It goes slow-mo. Heather, shoot, says Heidi. She starts doing Heidi's stupid leg thing for no reason and easily longer than 6 seconds.
This is so stupid. She's doing the thing from before, the sort of sad polar bear shuffle. Then, as defenders start to close in, what Heather does is an extremely clever move where she becomes uninjured. Then
she simply wills her ankle bones back into place.
She quickly knits her skeleton like Wolverine, dummies left, ducks right into an explosive sprint, then passes the ball behind her back to Heidi, who scores moments before the buzzer.
Yeah, the Sea Kings win 53-52.
The enemy team look around like, damn, we didn't expect her to become uninjured all of a sudden.
Didn't expect her to activate her ultimate, which is a mutant healing factor.
I can't begin to express how stupid this is, because on the one hand, you've got the thing which is like, okay, Heather is going to heroically, unwisely, but heroically, enter the game, even though she's badly injured and her ankle's
got a shattered ankle she can't stand on, yeah.
Okay, so you've got that. Then you've got the separate filmmaking modular element, which is Heather learned this technique from Heidi, which is this little...
Which is to sort of move your legs around like a sad polar bear.
Yeah. Now, why would you combine these things so that what you have is Heather's going to bravely enter the game, but what she's going to do is start wiggling her snapped ankles around? Why didn't you just make it so that Heidi's clever technique was like something to do with your wrists or your shoulders or like somewhere that you look or something else? Why did it have to be something you do with your ankles, which famously Heather only has one of because one of hers is snapped?
The funniest thing to me is when she starts pumping her legs in her little dance thing.
Yeah.
It clearly, she's doing it way longer than 6 seconds. The way this scene should play out is in slow-mo, she starts doing the leg thing, and then suddenly the slow-mo should stop and it should just go, game, end of game, opposition win.
And then she slowly crumples to the floor, having rocked back and forth like a polar bear and destroyed her ankles.
It just really rolled the edges of the bone against each other for a while, just to really...
Also, the whole point of this play was like, no one will defend Heather because no one thinks she's a threat.
Yeah.
So I thought they would pass to Heather and then she would score. But instead, Heather becomes uninjured, sprints past every defender and passes to Heidi, who scores.
Yeah, she does it behind the back. Well, she uses twin telepathy to pass it behind her back to Heidi, who materializes like Nightcrawler. She bamfs into the space the ball will be and then windmill dunks it into the hoop.
I suppose, but like there's too many elements. The twin telepathy thing is fine. Why don't you just have a bit where she's rooted to the spot because her ankles are shattered, so she can't explosively sprint up to the hoop? So it's like, oh, what's she going to do now? There's simply nowhere she can go. And then she passes into thin air, and the enemy coach is like, she's passed into thin air. We've easily won now. I suggest we start to celebrate. But then, twin telepathy, just like Galen said. And Galen's in the crowd and goes, just like I said, use twin telepathy. Yes, and then bam,
use your twin telepathy.
Heidi uses twin telepathy to be where the ball is going to be and receives it and shoots and scores. Or doesn't score, because it doesn't matter. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. None of this matters. Yeah, so they've won. Dad and Mum come up. Dad greets both of the girls warmly and announces that he's proud of them.
Wow.
We both are, says Mum.
Nikki finds her dad. You were great, honey, he says to Nikki, correctly identifying his daughter amid several girls. We stand a dad who's a legend. Nikki says, I'm so glad you're here, and they hug. Then Heather and Heidi's dad apologises. Heather, I shouldn't have put so much pressure on you. Heidi, I shouldn't have made you go out for the team. You're right, they say, but we're glad you did.
Yeah.
Hooray.
It was right of you to do what you did, Dad, they say. Walt Disney turns to the camera and makes a meaningful look at the women of America.
Yeah. So the coach comes over and says, Mr. Burge, just curious, who do you think is the money player now? Which is an odd thing to do because it betrays to the girls who were there that Dad called Heather the money player. So Coach just sort of wanders over and drops Dad right in it.
So, Mr. Burge, which of your daughters is the piece of now?
Yeah.
So what's he talking about, Dad?
What's he?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing. It's just something.
Just a joke.
Anyway, see you next season. So Dad laughs. Looks like I've got two money players here, he says, putting his arms around both girls possessively. He says sorry for getting hot-headed. To the coach, not to his daughters. You ought to think about getting them in some basketball camps this summer, says Coach. You girls have a big future. Oh, yeah, says Dad, playing college ball. Well, maybe more, says Coach. There's talk of a women's pro league.
I've heard they might invent the WNBA.
I've heard they might invent the WNBA, and then he walks away. A pro league, says Dad, his eyes sparkling with a new thing he can pressure his children into.
Yeah.
And they all laugh and walk away. Cut to the WNBA. There are fireworks.
Yep.
Heather and Heidi emerge from a crowd to rapturous applause.
A royalty-free version of Get Ready for This by 2 Unlimited starts playing.
Yes.
I think this was originally Get Ready for This by 2 Unlimited. It's listed in the music credits on IMDb.
Oh, really?
But then I think they didn't want to give 2 Unlimited any more money, so they've got this like extremely weak knockoff playing in this scene.
So Mum and Dad cheer from the crowd. Lace 'em up, big sis, gonna be a long night for you, says Heather or Heidi. I don't think so. Once second best, always second best, says Heather or Heidi.
Yeah.
And that we freeze frame on the throw and text appears on screen.
Yep. We get some extremely emotive text about what the girls got up to next. It really paints a picture.
Yep.
In 1989, Heather and Heidi Burge received full basketball scholarships to the University of Virginia. Both were signed to professional basketball contracts by the WNBA. The end. Wow, really paints a picture, doesn't it?
And then a song plays that goes dribble, dribble, shoot, shoot, take that ball to the hoop, hoop.
Go, 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 go,
go, go, go, go, go, go.
And that's the end of that movie. I hated it.
I hated it. It was so boring. It's a shame that the only amusingly stupid thing was in the very last 5 minutes, which was Heather sort of emerging dramatically with a shattered ankle and being like, put me in, coach, I'm actually Wolverine.
Healing it with the power of telepathy.
It was so good.
Winning basketball.
For real, though, if you were on the opposite team, would you defend Heather? Or would you be like, I'm not touching this. I don't want to play with I don't want to play against a very, very injured player.
Presumably, okay, so all talk of him being a sex clown aside, presumably her dad is a lawyer of some sort because he was going to go for the big city lawyer job, but presumably his profession is lawyer, right? So you're like, I'm not going to tackle the girl whose dad is a lawyer and who's got a broken ankle.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Asking for trouble.
Yeah, you're really asking for a lawsuit there.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the whole film is unfortunately just unbelievably boring.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's read some emails.
Let's simply stop. This email comes in from Kelsey, and it is regarding Nick Jonas's fight for life, which we kind of covered in the correspondence last episode.
Yeah.
This is about, Kelsey says, just wanted to chime in on the Disney sold Nick Jonas having diabetes as getting tuberculosis in the year 1900 thing. That was very true and emotionally traumatized a generation of children. So here we have an actual anecdote from someone who lived it. Kelsey, thank you for sharing your pain. Kelsey writes, after we heard this devastating news from the Disney Channel, at school, almost all the girls in my class and I tried to hijack our school's candy bar drive that was going to pay for a school trip to the museum and take the money to send it to Nick Jonas for his medical care. Also, says Kelsey, to make this story even more insane, it was a Catholic school, and the nuns that worked at our school took prayer requests from students to read during the morning announcements over the intercom. We hurriedly told Sister Mary Ellen about Nick Jonas, and she led us in a school-wide prayer for, quote, our good friend Nick that was fighting for his life. Our principal got involved, and she had to tell us gently that we can't take over charity drives and selling candy bars for diabetes was insensitive. Kelsey says he also had a song called A Little Bit Longer about his journey with diabetes that we all listened to huddled together in tears as if this was his final death rattle or the last will and testament he penned with his last bit of strength.
God, I love this so much.
Anyway, pray for Nick Jonas and thanks for the great show. Thank you, Kelsey. That is so good. I just love the thought of hijacking the candy bar drive that was going to pay for a school trip and sending the money to Nick Jonas for his medical care.
Sending $300 to Nick Jonas.
It's so good because it speaks not only to a youthful ignorance of diabetes, but also a youthful ignorance of how much money Nick Jonas has.
Yeah, Nick Jonas is probably fine, folks. He's probably doing okay. Oh, that's so precious. I love it.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you very much for that. If you want to get in touch with the podcast, please do so by emailing mumcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. We also have merch at mumcan'tcookstore.com and bonesforbowser.com. And as we mentioned previously, our sponsors are walking away. So you got to head on over to the Patreon at patreon.com/extra helpings and sign up. We got loads of cool tiers there. You get the obvious every fortnightly bonus feed episode where we recap So Weird, the Disney Channel original TV show, and there are other tiers as well. You get a monthly live stream watch along of a classic DCOM that we've covered on the podcast, or you can get your name read out in the credits. So go over there and check it out, patreon.com/extra helpings.
Yeah, the great news about the merch store is that we have a new merch design, which is based off the catchphrase of moon activist Sage Borealis from Xenon 3.
Yeah,
that's right. You could be wearing a t-shirt that says, my friends and I think it's wrong to go to the moon. Or you could have that on a water bottle or even a handsome die-cut sticker for your laptop or your suitcase or wherever you want to put it. So,
exactly.
Bones to Bowser, mumcan'tcookstore.com. Go and check out this gorgeous artwork. It's very retro futuristic. It looks great.
It's lovely. Okay, Andy, people will want to know, what are we doing next?
Next time, Luke, we will be doing 2008's Minutemen.
I
will now read you the description.
Okay.
3 teen outcasts invent a time machine to save their social lives.
Oh, yeah. We've had a lot of hype about this one. A lot of people telling us that this is a good
requests.
one. A lot of requests for Minutemen. Also, it's got Greg from Succession in it. I can see on the artwork here. So, yeah, it's going to be a real treat.
The longer description here on Google says, they decide to build a time machine for school students which will help them to retaliate to the humiliation at school.
Okay, that sounds chill. Cool. Yeah. All right, come back in a fortnight's time for Minutemen.
And also, we will be having a special screening of Glory Hole, the Luke Westaway story.
Yes. Oh, boy, I wish it wasn't called that.
Yeah. Well, you've made another wish, have you? Made another wish, have you?
No,
well, this is wrong in an amusing way.
Okay.
Wish you hadn't said that, eh? Well, you have.
Okay. Well, what's it called now?
It's...
Say what you're thinking.
It's called Golden Shower.
Oh, no.
It's about the riches that will come to you after you become a golf champion. Rain down on you like gold from heaven. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you next time. Wait, did I already say that? Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, whatever. Hey, Trainer Andy.
Hey, Trainer Luke. How's it going out there on Route 183?
Oh, it's going really good. Actually, no, it's going really bad.
Oh, no.
They're kicking my ass. Pokemon are eating my Pokemon. Did you know that? Did you know that they eat each other? Did you know that here sometimes?
I've never seen it, but I've
never seen it, but you have to imagine.
I tell you what's going on Route 132 where I hang out.
What?
Trainers are eating Pokemon.
Oh my god. It's the end of all things. It's the end of days here in Pokemon land.
The problem is they discovered that Pokemon are delicious.
They're so good.
And now it's like those turtles they used to bring back from the Galapagos. They never got any back because they were all too delicious. It's the same with Pokemon.
I'm
you
so
ever eaten a
glad you said
Pikachu?
it. Yeah. Oh,
he's got a texture like warm fudge.
Oh, you have to put a cloth over your head so God can't see. You crunch.
Anyway, what were you saying about
the hot oil pours down my throat?
What were you saying about our beloved patrons?
Oh yeah, our beloved patrons. That's right. Hang on, what do we do? Pokemon. All I can think right now is eating a Pikachu. No, there was a form to this. That's right. In honour of the beloved double-teamed Sea Kings. Now there's a mental image. In honour of the beloved double-teamed...
You won't believe what's happening on my route.
In honour of the beloved double-teamed Sea Kings, we're here to call up...
WNBA has sent over their draft picks, that's right, and we're going to be announcing everyone who's been drafted to the Pokemon-themed WNBA team. So great news, Sarah Mattox, Elizabeth, Keith Hall, Blake, and Jack Fabian. You have been drafted to the Tennessee Decidueyes. Their mascot is a sort of quite aggressive assassin owl. Yeah. So look forward to it. Have a good time.
Will Pohoretsky, Courtney Rail, Moth Vampire, Adam Steele, Daniel Rogers, you will be signed up for the New Jersey Charizards. If your tailfire ever be extinguished, your heart will stop.
Great news for Julian Rundlet, Z-Man, Ethan Lappin, Limited Patience, Kiers, and Philip Stevens. You are now proud members of the Washington Zygardes. Some sort of dog with a scarf.
Zora Stingray, Paul Stokes, Clarky the Bearded Coach Driver, Autumn Holloway, and real guy named Sleepy Kong Brett. You can look forward to joining the Minnesota Bee Drills. That's right. That sounds really plausible to me. I'm just saying.
These are all really good.
These are all really good.
Really good.
Get on it, Minnesota.
Yeah. Next up, we have Simon Ganzel, Lord of the Salt Doctrine, Raging Angel, Rory James, and Homemade Mask. Awesome news for you folks. You're moving to Montana to be part of the Montana Pump Caboose.
Yeah, in a bid to make this less good, I'm going to scroll right down to the bottom of the Pokédex. Oh my god!
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah. Book Monster, Andy, Paul Stevens, E.T. and Nerdazoid Sean. Welcome to the Cincinnati Buzzwoles. Buzzwole. Buzzwole is a mosquito that's really strong like a man. Swole, get it? Buzzwole.
I get it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway, look forward to putting that on your basketball jersey.
Yeah, excellent work. Okay, next up we have John Sharplin, Cara Dennison, Ben Pilkington, Snowy Owl, and Tony B. Congratulations, the newest members of the New Hampshire Spew Pars. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Anyway,
it's a spupa.
Anyway, it involves some scatterbug. Enjoy that.
Tim Craven, Mike Cavanna, Shane Ente, Jonathan 420, and Ethan Pearson. Welcome to the New Orleans Pheromosas.
Hey.
It's a sexy bug.
If good on a jersey.
If Buzzswole was a bug that looks like a sort of bodybuilder, then Pheromosa is a bug that looks like a runway model. What are they doing over there at Pokemon HQ?
Has anyone checked on these guys? Next up in the WNBA, we have, please read this in Selena Gomez monotone, Megan Torres, Crapolio, Hannah Kirchner, and Clint Hannah Lopez. They are the newest members of the Oregon Quaxleys. It's a kind of sassy duck. That's pretty good. It's better than most team mascots.
Yeah. Just across the border, though, Canadian rivals, the Toronto Guzzlords. His team members are Moist Drippings, Who Needs to Sleep, Smash Savannah Burger Boys and Girl, Danny Cap, and Angel Beat. Now, let me tell you about Guzzlord. I can't describe Guzzlord. It's the sort of... No, I got nothing.
No.
Look it up if you want, but spell it carefully.
Next up, we have Ryan Medema, Liz L, Matthew Cowan, Nurse Jake, and Brandon Plesh. Great news for you folks. You're moving to South Dakota to become the newest members of the South Dakota Sprigatitos. It's a sort of plant cat. Pretty good. Probably good at basketball.
Welcome, Business Corgi, Will Thomas, Saz Thompson, Chase Baker, and Surya Tez. You've just gotten the call up to be part of the Springfield Rillabooms. A Rillaboom is like a big monkey made of grass. So that's you. That's the team you're on.
That's what you are.
That's what you like.
Start warming up Kyle Bain, Seish, Emily W, Crescentia Che, and Jotham Funklara. You will be joining the Utah Berserkers. That's a sort of angry cat. He's real angry. He's furious. So, try and bring that energy, I guess.
Andrew the Osteogent, Ash, Kyle Eads, Danny Ward, and Rue Kyler. Start stretching out those hamstrings because you are joining the Chicago Ice Cues. An Ice Cue is an Ice Cube Pokemon. Chicago is very cold. It gets very icy.
Yeah, there you go.
This one makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that you would be a penguin with a literal ice cube head.
All right, off the bench, Hypermole, Tilly Everoa, Christoph, Jeebus Piers-Jones, and Cole Mastro. You're off to join the South Carolina Sizzlipedes. It's a sort of hot centipede that they've made there over there. The boys in the lab, they've been cooking up a hot centipede, and God bless them for it.
Andy Meany, Adam Snig, Jambo number 5, Michael Olsen, and Chris Pryor. You are the members of the Austin Snoms. A snom it's on the floor, and it's got like a sort of icy, like pine cone thing around it, and I honestly can't tell if that's its arse or its face. I think it's face.
There you go. Enjoy.
I think it's the face.
All right, get your hot hands ready. Duchess, Danny Bowyer, Quinn is Teething, Morven Butterworth, and Louise Lola. You are going to be joining the squad of the Pennsylvania Flapples. It's a sort of lizard wearing an apple, like a coat.
It's good.
Okay. Flapple, I choose you.
And finally, the WNBA has saved his best for last because Matt S., the Monk, Hef, Prince Reynard, and Michael Saul, you will be joining the storied ranks of the Albany All Creamies. Emblazoned on your jersey is an All Creamy. It's a Pokemon that's all creamy. It evolves from a milcery. It's a drop of sweet milk.
It's a sort of whipped cream sex doll. I'm looking at it now.
It can evolve into a vanilla cream all creamy, a ruby cream all creamy, a salted cream all creamy, a rainbow swirl all creamy.
So good luck in your WNBA careers, folks. Go out there and get them. Just don't get double teamed.